Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. Today we're mostly going to be leveling the Bard, but however, we do have some spoilers to go over. One of them was from last week and I just didn't really bother making much mention of it because I thought she was going to make a forum post and make a big thing about it, but they seem to have only done it on their social media, so I might as well go over it. And that's the pet dragon, or the cat dragon I mean. Obviously it's a pet dragon, or it's a cat dragon, cat, whatever. It's a mix of a cat and a dragon, that one pet. I think we're getting it next month, they said, or early September, 1 to 2, but about a month from now. But anyways, another thing that we got just today, earlier this morning, is the map spoiler. So, not the really big map spoiler, but basically just one that shows the revampedness of the current map. It also shows a bit of a spoiler at the bottom, which we'll be showing in a second. Let me actually go and wait like about a minute or two so people actually come in before we go and do that. We will have 2 redeem codes today as well. So in the meantime, let's just go and we actually have a really easy objective. Let's go do that real quick and then we'll go show it. All we have to do is kill 8 battles while exploring in any kingdom. Really, any kingdom? You must unlock... Really? That's so ridiculously easy. And then that's funny because we get 1 gem key from that and then we have to open 1 gem key. So that task completes out the other task. Though then again, our redeem code will also finish out those. Anyways, let me go do that real quick. I'll just do it in, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Oh yes it does. I need green-red trait stones. So let me go into Wild Plains. We still only need 4 more until we reach max. Let's go to this real quick. That is not what I want. Not at all. Let me go get, rename this team into Explorer. And actually make it an Explorer team. So let's get standard Explorer in here. I don't think we're getting anything extra this week, are we? From using a specific type? I think it was like double trait stone or something, which I don't need. So we'll just go Firebomb, and it's not a Firebomb. That's a Firebomb. Oh, nope, that's not a Firebomb. It's 2 words, really. Hate when I do that. And then we just need our hero using anything. So we'll just get a Dawnbringer and be good to go. Okay, let's go with that. Win out 8 battles real quick. And then let's go over spoilers. Also, hello everyone! Hello Ziplam, hello Zeddicus, hello Alex, hello Patrick, hello Marcelo, and hello Carbos. Welcome all. Alright, let's get Explosion down. Shouldn't take too long to clear through these. Should take like 3 minutes or less because of how ridiculously quick these go. And we still get an EXP every time. And hopefully we'll get a green arcane. I should probably do that by the end of stream too. We only need 4 more red yellow to have 200 of every arcane. Not like that matters much, but it's a nice little milestone to have. See, can we get a vault key? Go. 2 miners, of course. Hey, we got an arcane though. That awkward moment when the trait stone drop you get is better than the treasure gnome. Hello, Anarchy. Hello, Carbos. Welcome. So we'll throw the Rowan down if I could click, and there it goes. On to the next one. I think that was our 3rd one, and then we go over spoilers. Let's get a Firebomb down. If it'll click, get that going. Get the last little bit of mana we need. Where are you? We'll stick red, sure. We even have Dawnbringer if that wasn't enough. And down it goes. It should be about 4. And I just need the other 4. Okay, what a move. We'll just throw the Firebomb down. Get a little bit more mana if we can here. Take the red. Sunbird, and down it goes. There should be 3 more. And then spoiler time. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a pretty good weekend so far. It's the last day I have all to myself. Yeah, she's coming back, I believe, around 5, 6. So it doesn't actually interfere with anything. So it works out perfectly. And 2 more. Hello, Elite Gaming. Welcome. Get the Firebomb down. Take the blues. Rubber win. And go from there. And there should be 1 more. And then we get a gem key. And then that gem key gives us 5 gems. And then we still get 1 Silver win. And that'll be that. And there we go, that should be it. There we go, 1 gem key. And a Celestial off of it as well. And of course we get 8 EXP, which helps get towards our hero class. But anyways, so, spoilers. let's go over Cat Dragon first. Oh, I didn't make a window capture for it. I set up the other thing, but I forgot to set up a window capture fail. Let me go do that right now. Where'd it go? Window capture. I know you're in here. Don't make me have to make a new one. There you are. Why are you... What even is that window that you're trying to get right now? There's the window I want to see. That one right there. Cat Dragon! There's the Cat Dragon. Cute little Cat Dragon. This little Cat Dragon, where'd it go? That one. Cat Dragon! Pet the Cat Dragon. He's playing with his little ball of yarn. It's so adorable. But yeah, that's what the Cat Dragon looks like now. And we'll have him next to us for the entire stream. Because he is quite an adorable... Where's my hand? There it is. Quite an adorable little dragon. But that's what the Cat Dragon looks like. He'll be coming in next month. Everyone will be getting at minimum 1 free copy. I believe they're doing a pet event for it too. I think they're going to kind of do it how they did the 4th of July pet. Where you get like, if you just log in, you just get a free one automatically. Maybe they'll be sending in the mail too. But yeah, there'll be an event for it. You know, it's pretty standard. But they're definitely going to be giving everyone 1 free copy. This was the one that was community made basically. Or there was a bunch of polls on which what the pet should be. And this was basically the final verdict of those polls, though we did heavily bias it. We got like pretty much everyone to go vote for this. It was losing by like 6% at one point, and then we got it to be #1. And now we have a Cat Dragon, or at least in about a month we'll have a free Cat Dragon. It doesn't do anything, it's cosmetic, but I'm definitely going to be using it, that's for sure. On our new little shoulder for a guy in, well, it's kind of hidden right now, but you know, for a normal guy in game. And other than that, the map spoiler, dun dun dun. But yeah, this is what the map looks like now, or what's going to look like next patch. So as you can see here, pretty standard as far as what the map actually looks like, just it's different visually. The main thing that's really noteworthy is the thing all the way at the bottom. You may notice there's no hero tab anymore. I guess you just click on hero in order to go to hero menu, which kind of makes sense because that's also where your classing is. You can see in the top left that they kind of revamped that area to make it look kind of a little bit neater. But other than that, you will notice all the way at the bottom, it says Crystara, which is of course what this map area is called. But that means there are probably going to be other map areas now. And you would most likely click on that Crystara at the bottom and it will bring you to the other areas. We know for sure the Underworld's going to be at least one other area. So assumably that button down there will allow you to switch between different areas within the game. Crystara being the main one, Underworld being something else being added. And who knows what else will be under there. But yeah, that's basically one of the really big map changes that they're going to be making. So that is that. Anyways, let's go and get rid of this thing. And yeah, that's pretty much all we have as far as information at the moment. We'll probably have more in the future. But that's the spoilers for today. And we'll keep the pet dragon there for the entirety of the stream. Might as well. Looks quite adorable. Anyways, let's go and I guess we use 1 gem key. We just got one. Might as well go use it. What do we get? We get ourselves a keg hammer. Well, I don't really need that, though at least it's better than ultra rare to a slight degree. Anyways, let's go to PvP then. Of course, a good majority of the stream will be trying to get, trying to get this hero class to a higher level. Currently, we're level 84, almost level 85, and we want that to be higher. And by the end of this week, I'm aiming for about 90, and then we're going to leave it at 90 basically forever until we just naturally get it leveled. I'm not going to go out of my way for it because it gains almost no benefit when maxed. And I don't need to go level Archer preemptively because, well, we already have it maxed, so I don't even need to worry about it. He gets an Ubistet, but he got it so early that he doesn't even have the damage. That's also why you don't use Ubistet in front of your Infernus. Oh, never mind, he's using double Ubistet. But generally, that's why you don't use a Ubistet in front of your Infernus. Because if you were, the AI in particular, as well as just your own cast, will tend to do that, where you don't have enough damage after you land a kill. Which is annoying when that happens. Double Ubistet kill with Ubistet. Now that's pretty funny. Killing 2 Ubistets with an Ubistet. And what else do we need? I guess we just kill it with another Ubistet. Oh, never mind. He's blocking. You're blocking my mana. And you get barrier. Just take a skull and dead off the double hit. Also, hello Medieval. Hello Corgi. And hello Patrick. Don't forget to use the gem key. I used it. Let's see. Reminds you of Cheshire... Wait, Cheshire Cat. Which one is that? Or what's that from? Naming him Yarn in Flames? Oh, that would be adorable. That is so adorable. Yeah, I don't know what I'm naming mine yet. They should have a pet naming contest for it. move that, move that. Go and grab a brown to green. Oh yeah, Alice in Wonderland. Oh yeah, it has the same coloration of him, doesn't it? Doesn't quite look like him though, but the coloration's there. Okay, let's go get the right over. Ubistet, please kill. No, okay. We'll go and take it out with anything, and Infernus is indeed anything, and down it goes. Yeah, they have quite a few interesting looking pets coming up. Some of them really funny, some of them just really nice looking in general. Let's see, what is my favorite pet out of all of them that's coming up other than Cat Dragon? He's obviously Cat Dragon. Let me see. That one's a little bit creepy. No, oh yeah, I still really want the Dawn Bird. It's basically Sunbird, except different and more adorable. I really want the llama. The llama is so amazingly memey. It looks like the new Gems of War meme, basically. There hasn't been too many, but the llama will definitely be one of them. It's not even does anything, it's just cosmetic. Oh wait, no, never mind. It does do something now. Wait, I thought it was cosmetic before. Well, apparently not anymore. It's actually Purple Gem Mastery, oddly enough. The really, really odd llama guy I showed before. We've added a few more here as well. Oh, that one's interesting. That looks like a Frostbird. It looks like, what's his name's parrot? What's his name? Captain Skullbeard. It looks like his parrot. Oh, that looks like a pretty cool, bird. Aw, Talon. That is so adorable. I want a Talon now, too. I just like all the birds and dragons, pretty much. And I guess the llama as well. It's like the only thing that's not a bird or dragon that I absolutely adore that's coming up soon. Or maybe not soon. Some of these pets could be like a year away with how the game is set up. But yeah, my top three right now would have to be, that aren't in the game at the moment, would have to be Talon, Dawnbird, the llama, and I guess 4, technically the cat dragon as well, of course. And those 4. That's an interesting sloth coming in. Also, I'm not even showing the thing that I'm going over right now, am I? Should probably go bring that up real quick. Let me go make a little tabby thing for it. Well, I have way too many little tabs going. Let me see. Let me go get rid of this tab area. I don't need those. Let me go get a window capture on a new window we just made. And just go show these real quick. That's not the right window. Stop defaulting to wrong windows. There it is. Okay, let me go bring this up right... That's not the right one. Where'd it go? Is that it? There it is. Okay, so let's go over these real quick. The ones I was talking about. Dawnbird, absolutely adorable. Basically Sunbird, but more fiery. So we have that. Other than that, we have, let me see, where are the other ones? There is the very, 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 very serious llama. That face. There is no pet with a better face than this llama. Anyways, that's the llama. It's adorable. Okay, what's the next one I'm looking for? Next one is... There's the parrot I was talking about. Talon. Actually, Talon would probably have to be my absolute favorite. It's so basic, but it's so perfect. And it's not loading for whatever reason. Hello? That's weird. It wasn't loading. But there it is. And that's a Talon. And what was the other one we need? We need ourselves a... Was there one other one? Pretty sure I said one other one. Where'd it go? But yeah, these are all the pets, by the way. And this is in the description below, too, to link to it. The spoiler one. If you just go into the pet section. Wait, didn't I say there was another one? Where'd it go? There's that one. There's the llama. There's the other bird. What was the 4th one I mentioned? Oh yeah, it was just the, it was the pet dragon itself, or the cat dragon. But yeah, anyways, that's that. We go close all these out. And where's the window? There it is, and down it goes. And we'll just leave the cat dragon there the entire time. X out all those, and we're good to go. Anyways, let's go and smooth that over. Move that. And go from there. Oh yeah, the little red baby dragon was adorable too. There's actually even more dragons coming into the game. We got the one for, let's see. I believe there was 2 more of them coming. There's the one for, Groshnok is actually going to be dragon. And there was one other one. I actually forget what it was off the top of my head. I actually just closed it already, so I forget which one it was. But yeah, we have, like 2 or 3 dragons coming into the game soon, still. As far as pets. Oh, yeah, yesterday you got your first mythic pet. Congratulations. I still haven't done my first natural mythic pet. We're very close on several of them, but none of them have ticked over yet. Hopefully today we'll get it. All we have to do is hit one of the pets that we don't already have upgraded. But we'll have to see. Comes down to pure luck if we end up getting it or not. Not only do we need to find a pet gnome, we need that pet gnome to be the right one. Yeah, maybe today will be the day we finally get a natural mythic pet. I do have one, but it was done by gems. Or, you know, the gems ended up pushing it over. Can you end your turn? There you go. The llama pet, what link are you linking me? She's probably muted. What is this? Let's see. Oh, it's only audio only. I don't want to accidentally play it and get copyright strikes. Gotta be careful with that stuff. But I'll listen to it later. Okay, we'll take that down. Take the skull. Oh, he's gonna get purple, but oh well, never mind. We get the free turn there. Go and Ubestet that. And then just kill it. Also, hello, Julio. Also, hello, Paulius. You're fairly new. Is it true that pets are applicable to team always count? Yes. So which pet is equipped is purely cosmetic? Yes, that is the case. The pet that you have on your shoulder is 100% cosmetic. All of them are always active. If whatever team you're using would have any of the pet bonuses that you own, then they would have that bonus. So you can use multiple at once and all that good stuff. And the pet that you specifically have on your shoulder has no effect on anything whatsoever other than just looking cute on your shoulder. Other than that, all these pets are always active at once. So if we were to use a green team that was also from Pan's Veil, we would have both of these 2 bonuses. We'd have the extra HP with extra bonus off of that, and we'll have whatever Pan's Veil bonus is with the extra bonus off the goat. But yeah, they're always all active at once, even if they're not equipped. Let's go change the pet that we actually have equipped. Let's go with, we'll go to Peach Pigeon. Equip that. Cute little bird. And you can never have enough cute little birds. And there we go. Okay. So we'll keep that on our shoulder. If you know what is Winamp is, then you know what the audio is. I do not. That I do not. But I'll find out later. Okay, let's just go Ubestet him. Kill that out. Get nice and furnace down. Go from there. And just kill that out. And dead. If anyone still has any other questions, anything else you want me to go over, or anything of the such, need help building teams or anything, so let me know, and we'll make sure to go over it. Otherwise, a good majority of today is dedicated towards power leveling all the things. And next week, we have a few interesting things going on. Several things. On Wednesday, we're going to have the yellow Guild War pet. So pure yellow teams get bonus, so that's nice. One of the decent ones. On Thursday, we're going to have the Archer event. Archer's a little bit underwhelming these days, though it is still one of the most well-rounded hero classes. It's just the perk tree that it got isn't really the greatest. The traits that it has are amazing. It's just the tree itself is a little bit underwhelming in most situations. There are some teams that do utilize it, though. Other than that, there is going to be a Treasure Gnome event all the way from Friday to... Hey, there's our level. 15 more to go. But on Friday, there's going to be a treasure hunt event that goes for the entirety of the weekend, or treasure gnome event, I mean. And that treasure gnome event will give a higher chance of finding treasure gnomes, which are really good for just various resources, gems, gem keys, various keys in general, and just a lot of resources. It just almost every resource in the game they end up giving to some degree. And the main one is the drop rate of not only finding them, but also specifically finding vault keys off of them would be increased. So it's going to be pretty nice and a great time to just be doing whatever you'd normally be doing, like PvP, Explore, or really anything in the game. Great time to power level hero classes and stuff too, because you get a lot more resources while doing so, and you'd already be doing it anyways eventually. So if you have time next weekend, definitely time to consider playing a little bit more, because it does pay out a lot more resources than what you normally would get. Other than that, new Mythic next Friday. And the new Mythic next Friday is not over the top, but it will have potential. It's one of them that could still kind of be skippable, but I don't know. We'll have to see it in action. It seems like it's going to be too inconsistent to use, but I don't know how powerful web all enemies will be, is the big thing with it, especially against a team that has no cleanse. There are some instances where that Mythic is going to be insanely, ridiculously powerful. So we'll see exactly how it pans out. Because there's a lot of potential that can be had with web all enemies. Like, if we were to web all enemies right now, a Goblin team would be useless. It might actually be one of the best new Goblin encounters in the game. Because, if I'm not mistaken, no Goblin actually has immune to web. And while they would still be able to infinitely extra turn loop, they don't really get much value or any damage if they're all webbed. Web, of course, makes their magic 0 for its duration. And I believe every single Goblin is near useless in that state, for the most part, as far as damage output is concerned. So, yeah, you pretty much win as long as you just keep them constantly webbed, which is easy enough to do. It's 20 mana cost, so you can spam it. And if it gets a kill, it even gets pretty much all of its mana back. You finally reached level 1000. Congratulations. Very nice. That is a very good milestone to have. Yeah, I still haven't had a guild opening yet. No one has left recently. I think someone was leaving during raids, but either someone re-recruited immediately or they decided not to leave or something. Because they said after the most recent guild wars they were going to probably go and leave because they were getting tired of raids and invasion. I don't know, raids this week was ridiculously easy though. I can understand like getting slightly frustrated with it at times, especially if you don't have like the content to actually use for it at game modes. Because in most late game guilds it is required to do those just because you get so many free things from it, like orbs, mainly orbs. But yeah, there are some weeks where it's just so ridiculously frustrating. This was not one of those weeks though. This was easily the easiest raid that we've ever had to date so far. And next week's invasion is going to be somewhat easy too, because we're getting a mythic, or we're getting a an invasion troop that tears through all armor. So you just automatically get their armor destroyed, and then whatever damage it does is true damage, meaning you're almost going to one-shot all the time with the ability that you do. It actually seems relatively overpowered. It might be a good week to get it slightly higher too, like to legendary or something, if you really wanted to, just because it's going to be so potent as far as its actual damage output. And dead. What about the world map spoiler? Did you miss anything? Oh yes, we already showed it, but basically they're just revamping how it looks, and they're adding the underworld and possibly a few other locations. Basically all the way at the bottom of the map you'll be able to go and select which one you want to go to. Crystar being the main map, of course, and then Underworld being one of the parts. And I don't know what the other areas are, but there probably are other areas other than just the Underworld and Crystar. Or maybe initially it'll just be the two of them, and then they'll expand from there. But we'll have to see. And Underworld is probably going to have Apocalypse. It's probably going to have Apocalypse down there, I would assume. We'll see what else. Maybe even the Primals will be down there as well. Would be nice to finally see them get a kingdom. They've had a kingdom tab for ages. They just haven't actually had a kingdom itself yet. Okay, can you please stop summoning things? We'll go kill that up. Kill it with Infernus. Down it goes. Give us that EXP. Also, we haven't really been getting any really high rarity ingots lately. Also, to this date, I still have yet to get a mythic ingot from PvP, or anywhere for that matter, other than I've yet to get it from a key drop, and I've yet to get one from a What's the other way that drops them? But basically, no, that's the only way, is the key drop or from PvP. But yeah, I still haven't gotten one from PvP yet. We're actually above the drop rate. Like, we should have gotten one by now, unfortunately. So a little bit unlucky in that regard. But the chance is ridiculously low. I think it's a 1 in 3,000 something chance, somewhere around there, if I'm not mistaken. Which is obviously not going to be happening anytime soon. We'll go and throw into there. And then we need like, and then once we finally get one, we need like 1,000 more of them. I think we have about 11 right now, Mythic ingots. Of course, they were all from the standard ones, like when they gave us 5 for free this week and other stuff. Also, we finally got the final orb this week too. Since this month has 31 days, it's pretty easy to get those rewards. But I kind of forgot to mention it. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I still have it in my mail, don't I? I should probably go open it. I don't believe I've opened it yet. Normally, I like to save them for streams, just because they're kind of fun to open. Because you never know what you're going to get. And they're always worth it, because there isn't a single thing that they could ever drop that's bad. Because the purples are basically gem keys. The blues are just free ascensions, which save you a lot of gems. The orange is pretty useless to me, but I still need it for Zugoff. And the only one that's truly useless is the green one. So hopefully we don't get green. Okay, let's go and... Wow, that's an easy battle, but let's go and check our mail. And defend reward, but that's not what I'm really here for. What I'm really here for is this orb. What do we get? Come on, blue or purple? Or orange. Okay. Better than not green. It's not green. So we got that going for us. But still, we really need those blues. Getting a lot of orange is going to help us get more blues, unfortunately. Because we need blues in order to craft power orbs. To this day, I can only craft 2 power orbs. We're only 1/4 the way to getting a Zugoff. That is quite pitiful. I don't even know if I want to go for Zugoff. And if I do go for Zugoff, I kind of only want to use major orbs for it. The problem with that, though, is blue orbs are always going to hold us back in that regard. We need 3 for every major, if I'm not mistaken. And that's going to take a lot. I don't want to use the smaller ones. The smaller orbs of Ascension are insanely good for getting legendaries to Mythic. And I kind of want to save them for that purpose into the future, once higher star kingdoms start coming into the game. But I do want to go eventually start working towards Zugoff. We're going to need it for level 10 Karkaroth, unless they add a second Mythic to that kingdom. No kingdom other than Apocalypse has more than 1 Mythic, though. So I highly doubt they're going to be doing that anytime soon, if ever. But anyways, yeah, we're still ages away. Ages upon ages away. Of course, we could use these smaller orbs and craft them into it. I just feel like we're losing a lot of value there, though. That's 4 Ascensions. And 4 Ascensions, that could potentially save us 2,000 gems. So, yeah, I don't think I would ever want to actually use them. The major ones I don't mind as much, because there's not as many instances where you would need to go and get a lower rarity to Mythic, like a common or a rare. Very, very, very insanely rarely would you ever need to bother with that. Whereas there's a lot of instances where you would go and get a legendary to Mythic. Hello, JCG. Welcome. Let's see. You got a Mythic ingot from a PvP only a few hours ago, and quite a few before that. Really? I've gotten a lot of legendaries. I think I've gotten like 8 legendaries already, but I have yet to see a single Mythic one yet. You think you played a lot of PvP then, ever since ingots came out? Oh yeah, I've been playing a lot more PvP as of recently too. Especially the first few weeks. So I've still been playing more than average lately. Just because there's a need to get the ingots. And that is still something I want to work towards over a long duration of time. I want to try getting that probably done by... well, it really depends what the next game mode's going to be. I'm really hoping that it's something that does farm ingots pretty well. And something that we can infinitely repeat. Because if it is both those two things, we are spamming it like crazy. Like, anyone who's been wanting like a 12-hour stream, it may happen then. It may. No guarantees, but that would probably be a time that it would happen. Like, if next minigame gave ingots and it was infinitely repeatable, we'd probably spend a ridiculous amount of time in it. At least initially. Even if the only reward was ingots, I'd play it. Because they still haven't added a proper way to farm ingots. At the moment, the proper way is spam PvP like crazy, but that's already how you would normally play the game for the most part. That isn't anything new. Whereas hopefully the new minigame will actually add a different way to actually farm stuff. Hell, you'd love to trade your maps for ingots. Who knows? Maybe the next minigame will use treasure maps. They did say they would eventually add a new minigame that does use treasure maps. I don't know if it's specifically in a new one that they're talking about coming in next patch. But they did say eventually they would add another minigame other than treasure hunt that uses the maps. So who knows? Maybe it's next patch. We'll have to see. If they ever do that, we definitely don't need to worry about maps for that game mode. To say the least. We can play the game mode for about like 100 hours without running out of maps or something. Depends how quickly it burns through maps. And even if it does burn through maps really quick, there's so many easy ways to gain maps. And worst comes to worst, you could just spam by them with glory. Though that would take a while. It almost, actually, that would take so long, it would almost be more efficient just doing it with Tyree. Not exactly, but obviously buying them over and over again would still be quicker. But the problem with the glory shop, and it's something that's been requested several times now, is to actually be able to buy multiple at once. Because of course, if you ever, let's say, want to go and get the, let's say you need like 7 packs in order to go get all the arcanes to actually go trade something. Well, you have to click that again and again and again over and over again to go buy 7. And there's no option to go mass buy them. And same as Spoilers of War. For anyone who does want to do them for event keys, while that normally is not really that worth doing, if you were to do it, and let's say you wanted like 50 event keys, it would take you like 5 minutes just to click through that many times, when they could make like a little interface to do that within seconds. Or, you know, not them. It wouldn't take them seconds to implement it, but, you know, it would only take seconds for us to actually do it in-game. Which would be kind of nice to have. And the same thing for maps. If they ever added a new game mode where it actually was important to have maps, because at the moment, maps are completely irrelevant. But if they were to finally make maps relevant again, it'd be nice if we could actually mass buy them instead of having to click one at a time for 30 glory each. Yeah, I'm at about 5,000 maps at the moment. And you can only use a maximum of about 60 per hour. It runs from about 55 to 60 per hour. And yeah, we're almost at 5,000 maps. So it would take us approximately, let's just say about 50. So it would take us about 100 hours in the current state of the game to use up every map we have. Which is a lot of time to be playing treasure hunts. That means whatever new game mode comes in, we'd have about 100 to 200 hours of being able to play it until we need to farm more maps. If they ever did add a new game mode with maps, or that required maps. Let's see, we'll move that over. That really throws me off when it ends up getting gold or souls or something like that. Alright, we'll throw the Sunburst. We'll throw the Infernus down. Luckily, we killed that out before it summons his entire team again. Can we get the last little bit of mana? There we go. We get a poke in there. Clear that out. And that's pretty much matched. Let's take a red over. Take another red. Then let's go throw in Infernus. And that'll be that. Way overkill. Also, good morning, Carlina. Welcome. Never mind, I already read that. Oh, yeah, I didn't read the whole thing. About as rare as a vault key from a random gnome. No, it is about as rare as a vault key from a random gnome. I've only ever gotten one vault key from a random gnome when it wasn't the event itself. During the event, we've gotten like probably 6, 7, or 8 or so. But when it wasn't the event, I haven't really gotten any other than the one the very first time. I got one on the very, like, 3rd day that they were ever out, and then never got one again. Unless it was the event. Did we really just double kill him, and he just resummoned both times? Hold up, I need to watch that replay. Did that seriously just happen? We did. We just double killed him. We just double killed. I hate that so much. That trait is so powerful. Also, if any of you were ever wondering why Cabarrus got nerfed in the past, that is why. For about one day, actually about like 12 hours, they ended up making like a buff to Cabarrus where they basically gave her that exact trait, except she created War Gears, which also had a 25% chance to summon into something else. And the problem with that, though, which is even more annoying than the hero, was the fact you could put multiple on your team. Whereas with the hero, you can only have ever one hero, of course. So you would just get a gigantic army of these War Gears. And then if you tried killing them, you just keep becoming more War Gears because of the Cabarruses. And then even after you killed all the Cabarruses, there's still a 25% chance that those War Gears became Dire Wolves. And it was just one gigantic mess. You had to kill through the team like 7 times until it actually died. Luckily, they fixed that like almost immediately. Alright, we'll go get a poke down. But yeah, now Hero has that. So luckily, the one nice thing about Hero, though, is you can't use multiple on a team, so you can never do that again. But you can still semi-do that with just one of them. You just have to get lucky enough, like what just happened in the previous battle. Okay, let's go into this one. But yeah, they are planning on doing revamped PvP, which I'm looking forward to later this year. They're trying to fit it in this year. They've mentioned earlier this year, as well as pretty recently, that they're trying to get it out probably in the November-ish area. Either the second to last or last update of the year is going to be a PvP rework to some degree. And one thing that they're likely going to be doing is making defense great again. Actually, they were never great to begin with. Defense have always been broken beyond belief in PvP in this game. They've never not been broken. Because obviously, throughout the entire direction of the game, including right now, the meta has always been set your defend team to literally the most weakest thing you could ever think of. And that's the strongest team you could ever set as your defend team. Or at least the best team, I should say. And, yeah, they obviously need to change that incentive structure. They also wanted to change it in a way that, to make sure that whatever the meta is doesn't just completely dominate literally every single thing. So as you know right now, basically divine teams and similar teams to what he's using, every variant of like what we're using and he's using is being used right now. But they are looking to make changes where even if something becomes ridiculously overpowered at a given time, that it won't become almost every single battle you do. Not quite sure how they're going to be doing that, but that is within their plans. Also, they're likely going to be changing up the leaderboard. Really, can you please stop 50%, 100%ing it? Okay, anyways, but they're likely going to be changing up the leaderboard too. As you guys know, the basic points only go up to 1.9k points, which takes like 1 hour, 2 hours. It's ridiculously easy to do. They're going to be expanding that to be quite a bit higher. But they're also likely going to be giving quite a bit more rewards by doing so. So even though it's going to be more to have to do, overall it's going to be more rewards. Kind of like what they did with the event objectives, where they made it so you need to get more of them, but you get better rewards from them. Speaking of event objectives, we actually need to go do some treasure maps this stream. Speaking about maps from earlier as well, we need 48 more event gems, and we end up getting 8 gem keys for that, which is a decent amount. That will go towards next Friday's Mythic. So yeah, let's actually go do a few treasure maps right now. I'm not going to do all the rest of it right now, but we'll work towards it. Tourist best way to do treasure hunt is just spam it like crazy. No real need to play it out unless you're a newer player who has very limited maps. If you have more than you ever know what to do with, you basically just click through as quickly as possible, looking for the next move constantly, and just constantly just dragging it so you get it immediately. Doesn't even matter if we go for extra turns. It basically just matters if we end out the map as soon as possible. Oh, come on, move. Move that, move that, move that, move that. Take the other one, grab that resource over there, grab the other one, grab that, grab that. The only problem is trying to figure out where the next move is always going to be. Move that. It also doesn't let you drag properly sometimes. Like, always want to like drag beforehand. But you always want to know what the next one's going to be just because it speeds it up a little bit. That, move that, move that, and that's pretty much it. Take the little other thing with the gold, with the other gold, and there we go. And we actually get 45 moves for that, surprisingly. Which brings us to 206 or somewhere around there. Oh, we could have 5 times it. It doesn't really matter, though. As long as we're constantly taking something, this is the main thing that matters. Move that, move that, move that. the gold over there. Take the silver coin thingy. Take that. Take a little bit of bronze. Move that. And also doing it this method does get you about 55 to... oops, it could have actually 5 times that. But it gets you about 55 to 60 maps done per hour. And luckily they added a repeat button to this. The only thing that doesn't have a repeat button that really needs a repeat button is challenges. I don't know why they didn't do it to challenges. I guess they were afraid of it just becoming way too quick, because challenges are, well, relatively quick. I don't know why they didn't give it to it. The only thing people really use challenges for would be daily tasks and EXP farming. Though there's very little need to actually EXP farm in this game, because you gain almost no benefit from having a higher level. Or at least very minimal benefits compared to other games. We're gonna move that over, take the other one. Do a little coin, take the other one over, grab that. Nice little cascade, move the other one over. Starting to run out of room on this map. Can't even find where my next moves are because it's so congested. Anyway, I end up getting 2 gems for that, and exactly 40, which is good because every 10 we end up getting 1 event gem, and every 15 we also get a trait stone, though that's really pretty irrelevant to me though these days. Really, why are you lagging, game? You're lagging even on treasure hunt. We didn't even go into a troop menu or anything, and it's lagging. Okay, this will probably be the last map for now, and then we'll go revisit them a little bit later to go finish out to go get our 8 gem keys. If you're a newer player, definitely 100% make sure you go and you try getting all the objectives done for this week, because the treasure hunt one, it's really good value to do this as a newer player. Later on in the game, most people don't bother, but when you're first starting out, treasure hunt's actually insanely good for resources. And the fact that you can gain even more off the objective makes it even better, since you just get even more value out of the maps and glory that you're already using for it. Alright, move that down, take the other one, grab that, take the bronze coin, take all that mess. What else do we need to move around? Grab that, take the gold down, take that over. And move that, take that coin, do the other thing, move the other one. Take gold over. Up is still our turn, apparently. Or not our turn, but you know. Hey, we hit exactly 50. There we go. And that should bring us to about like 25 more or so. And go take our tribute. Hopefully a lot of gems. And 9 of them. It's almost all that we got from the treasure hunt right there. This in 1 tribute. And we'll do the other 32 later. To get our 8 gem keys. Now let's take a revenge. That one's annoying. If we're going to fight an annoying battle, we might as well fight our annoying revenge battle than the other annoying battle. Okay, what do we even need here? We'll go and we'll take a blue. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I missed quite a bit of chat while I was focusing on maps. Hello, Cargera. Quick question. Oh, wait, there's a question before it. If they implement stat penalty relative to how often a troop is used, will that bring balance to the game? Kind of like an auto balancer? I think that would be too frustrating to deal with if they did that. You'd have to put it at a really high amount, like using it 10 times or 20 times or something. I don't know, I think that might just be too frustrating of a mechanic for them to really add. I don't think that would necessarily be the way to go about it. Quick question, you're looking to farm Dawnbringer, but you don't have the rest of the Divine team yet. Should you bother with it yet and level your normal troops, or save up to 1.3 million? Normally I would say using it on your normal troops, because you want to be targeting 5-star kingdoms. 5-star kingdoms are way more important to have than a Dawnbringer. While Dawnbringer is nice to have around, 5-star kingdoms are way more important than Dawnbringer. Okay, what do we need here? We'll go for the Summoner just so we don't have to deal with it. Go for the double kill there. Furnace down everything. Also, technically, even 3-star kingdoms are more important than Dawnbringer. like getting every kingdom to 3 stars, which you can do pretty much just off of leveling if you haven't already done it. And of course you need a decent amount of copies from the kingdom as well, but once you have a decent amount of copies, just basically leveling and a few traits is enough to get it up. Yeah, Dawnbringer you don't tend to go for until later in the game. Unless you just desperately wanted it for Arena. Like, if you want to soul farm in Arena, Dawnbringer would definitely be really nice to have. But if you're going to be soul farming by other means, like using, let's say, like a Dragon Soul Triple Azurus or Dragon Soul Double Azurus with the Necromancer class, or, you know, any similar one related to that, then in those cases, I would end up saying that it would end up being better to probably go for, or I mean, it wouldn't be better to go for Dawnbringer. But if you don't really intend to farm that way and you plan on farming basically Arena the entire time for your souls, then you might want to go for Dawnbringer first, if you're just going to be doing it all in on Arena, since that will drastically speed up how quickly you can win Arena. And then it goes. I'm pretty sure Jinx stacks. It did in the past. I'm not fully certain if it still stacks, but it has in the past. It doesn't stack multiplicitly, though. It stacks, I mean, it doesn't stack additively. It stacks multiplicitly. So the first one, or assuming it still works like it used to, the first one would have the 50%, and then it would 50% that 50%, and then it would 50% that 50%, 50%, and it will keep going down from there. So basically, 2 of them is not 100%. It's 50% and then another 50 on top of that 50. So let's say that they have a 300 gem mastery. The first 50 would knock it down to 150, and then the 75, and then so on and so forth. Though do keep in mind, it specifically affects the mastery, not the actual percent chance. So if you have, like, let's say a 66% chance to mana surge, which is what I believe most of our surge chances are on, at about like 200 mastery, it would only half the 200 to 100. It wouldn't actually nerf the 66 to 33. It would actually nerf the 200 to 100, which technically brings our surge chance to still around 50-ish. So it's only, even though it says 50%, that 1 is only getting rid of about 16% of our surge in that instance. And of course, it can vary quite a bit depending on other factors. But yeah, Jinx does stack. It just doesn't stack that well, because you would need to have like 2 or 3 of them to really see any effect from Jinx for the most part. 1 can sometimes be a little bit effective, but it's not that much of a difference. I guess technically you would kind of notice it, because if we had only a 50% surge chance compared to like a 60-something, we would notice that almost immediately. But it still would be high enough that more often than not we're going to be getting a surge compared to not getting the surge. So more often it just doesn't make much of a difference, which is why the mechanic's not used too often. One other interesting thing about Jinx, even though it's constantly like taking effect every single time a enemy takes a green, it's the only thing that constantly takes effect, I believe, in the entire game, other than like resource bonuses, that if the troop dies, still stays in effect. So if a troop dies with Jinx, so like if he dies, the Jinx will still be active for the entirety of the battle, as well as however many Jinxes are around. Kind of weird that that's the way it is. There's only a few things that work like that. The extra gold bonus, the extra soul bonus, bounty hunter bonus, and Jinx all still keep into full effect even after the troop has died. So let's kill those out. And let's go for a little poke. They're both stealthy, so we get to target either of them. Oh, never mind, he doesn't even have stealthy on them. Must be a very low level then. Normally you would want to make sure that thing's fully traded if you're going to bother running a Goblin team. It's one of the most important things to have traded on the team, other than Grapple Pot. No, Jinx is really underwhelming. Which I'm really surprised they nerfed Famine. Famine used to have Jinx, and it was actually one of the few troops that used Jinx kind of well, because of course he has the mana drain, but they removed it from him because they found it just to be too powerful. That was before they nerfed him like a billion times. I think he's been nerfed like 3 times now. He was buffed about 3 times and nerfed about 3 times. It's kind of funny. Just don't know what they're doing with him. The final nail in the coffin for him was when they finally added immune to mana drain to the game. He's still usable. Like, he's still one of actually the better mythics in the game. It's just you don't use him for invading as much these days compared to what you used to. But he's still pretty useful because most teams don't have immune to mana drain. So that whole counter that they added doesn't really come into play more often than not. But when it does, it makes him near useless. Especially since now you can just run like Divinia Yagwai combo. And that alone just makes Famine useless. You can never use a Famine against Divinia Yagwai. It just has too much kill potential and you can't get rid of their drain. And you'd gain almost no value off your Famine. There you go, we'll take the good green there. We have pretty much everything to go use. I don't think we were in kill range though, so we'll just for that. And now we're definitely in kill range. So the Uber sit down. Fortunately, his Uber set lives, so we'll go try killing that out as immediately as possible before he destroys my entire team. Luckily, we have some barriers going on, and he just hits on double barriers, so that works out. And now he's to kill it with Infernus and anything. And that'll be that. And dead. I wouldn't say Famine is weak, he's just not as good as he used to be. He's still one of the better mythics out there. Like, not the absolute best. I would rank him personally at about like 5th or so. I think the little poll thing, it's actually still in the description too if you want to go answer it. The first link in the description. But as far as what the best mythic is. And I believe Famine's currently placed at 4th. I placed it a little bit lower than that, but I guess 4th sounds about right. There's a few really niche instances where you tend to use it a lot. Like Guild Wars, this is one of the main ones. Like Guild War Defends. But there's also some Guild War days where you end up using it offensively. What do we do? Let's go for that. Also, you can use it on your PvP teams if you really wanted to. It's pretty good against things that have half mana start. If you can get a Famine with really quick mana against a team that starts with half mana, you can get a lot of damage for free. Pretty much an instant free kill off a Famine. Plus you get to get rid of all their mana, which is nice. Sets them behind the entire battle. Yeah, Corvesh plus Famine's pretty fun as well. You would never really use that for much though other than Brown Guild War Day. Because it's a little bit too sluggish of a team to use in normal PvP. But it definitely has all the drain you would ever need. Plus you don't have to even worry about mana drain immunity, which I believe is the main reason why you mentioned that. There's currently 0 troops that have immune to mana drain and immune to stun. So all of them can be stunned and then drained. So if you did go Corvesh Famine, there is not a single thing that can that counters that combination. At least currently there's not. There probably will be in the future. They just haven't bothered adding any. And mainly because it hasn't become a threat. Not too many people ever bother running that, other than Guild War Day, of course. If they ever do add a troop like that, they should totally make it a Brown counter. Because it'd be used on Brown Day every single day if they did. As a counter to the normal Brown Day team. But I don't think the normal Brown meta is really that big of a threat that they need to add a counter to it. If anything, what they might need to go do is make a good Dwarven counter for Red Guild War Day. Emperor Reina just doesn't cut it. Okay, we'll go and take that up. Go get the last little bit of mana we need. Let's kill it out. Hello, Lemur. Welcome. Flans and anti-drain, so basically every divine team in the game. No, the meta divine teams are not good for soul farming, no. You would never bother using any of them for soul farming. The closest you can do is use something with like Divine Ishbala with Fairish Raw Valkyrie or something like that. Because Valkyrie's Divine, Fairish Raw is Divine, and of course obviously Divine Ishbala, half manaing all that. And then like one other troop is your damage source. That's about as close as you can get to a soul farming team that ends up using a, that's all Divine. So basically it would be your Divine Hero class using Divine Protector, followed by Valkyrie, followed by Fairish Rod and Divinish Bala would essentially be your team. And that would technically be okay for souls. I wouldn't really advise it. You'd probably just be better off doing a normal soul farming team and challenges and something, or explore. But that would pretty much be what you would use if you were to bring it to PvP. Something along the lines of that team. And it doesn't have to be Divine Protector. It's just normally, of course, you would want to be using your hero in your team, so you gain HP for whatever hero class you're using. It's not mandatory, but it's generally highly considered to do so, just because you're eventually going to need them for kingdom upgrades anyway, so might as well get ahead of the game and not need to worry about it later. Because we're still going to be focusing on that like crazy for the next month or two, but probably by around the October or so, we don't even need to worry about getting XP at that point, because we'd already have almost every single hero class maxed, and the few that we wouldn't have maxed are likely going to be so useless that we would almost never need them other than for kingdoms. And still a while away before we actually need them for kingdoms. We're still actually probably like a good half a year to almost a year before we technically need them for kingdoms, or at least to a high degree. Probably in about several months we'll need them to like level 20, level 40 and stuff for kingdoms. But we won't need them like super maxed out like 70 or 90, I mean 70 or 100 for quite a bit of time. But still, nice to get it done now. Unless we have to do later, in case they add even more things we need to go do. And of course the ingots are going to take forever. That's going to take way, way longer than maxing all heroes. Maxing all heroes is actually ridiculously easy relative to getting all the ingots that we need for everything. Basically, ingots are trait stones all over again, except even harder. That's basically what they are. Hello, Alex. Welcome. Which one do we go for? I guess we'll go for this one. Teams that are on 3 trophy are so annoying these days that I tend to go for it only if I really have to. That or if it's a revenge battle, of course. And even then, I don't always go for it. If we have like a firebomb or something really easy sitting somewhere else. Okay, he just pokes us some. We'll go throw, get rid of that barrier. I don't want him doing that. Kill that up. Okay, what was that that just triggered? Does he have barrier set? No, what was that then? No clue what that was. Anyways, oh, it might have been fireproof from the extra turn. And we'll take red, grabbing a furnace at it, and that'll be that. Trait stones, but without explore, pretty much. Yeah, I'm still in really high hopes that the next minigame is oriented towards it. Because I would love... Oh, hey, we finally found a pet. Please be one that we can actually get to Mythic. But I really wish we did have another means other than just PvP to go and get them. I don't mind doing PvP, it's just it'd be really cool to see another area to go do it in. Because PvP isn't really supposed to be made for ingots. It's just kind of something they shoved there just to have a place to accumulate them. Okay, we'll go and put that there. And so let's take a red down. Hopefully we get one we don't have, or at least a good pet, even if it is one. Or obviously we have all of them, but you know what I mean. One that we can get to Mythic right now would be cool. I think there's 3 different pets that we could get that actually would be able to become Mythics. Grimling, that one, Elf one, and I think one other. I think the Carnex one. What do we get? We get ourselves... it's a yellow. That's a good one at least. We're also getting this automatically next Wednesday, which is cool. So we might be able to finally get this to Legendary or Mythic. I think it's already a Legendary, actually. We're still several copies away. I think it's at like 6 copies right now or something. But let's go claim it before I forget. Go check its amount of copies, actually. Let me see. Oh, no. This might actually get it to Legendary, then. Oh, that'd be nice. We'll have 1 extra... I forget if it's armor or HP. I want to say armor. We'll have 1 extra armor for... Yeah, it's Sword's Edge. It's definitely armor. It's like, okay, yeah, it's Sword's Edge. Sword's Edge is, like, excessively armored. Plus it's yellow, so it's, like, divine for armor and everything. But anyways, yeah. It is armor, right? Let me see. Guild War yellow. Oh, yeah, I was right. Okay. Yeah, it is armor. Yeah, 1 extra armor isn't too bad. Not the greatest of things, but that's 1 armor we didn't already have, so I'll take it. We just need to get 3 copies right here, and we'll have it for next Guild War Day. Actually, never mind. We'll automatically have it because we'll have the automatic event next Wednesday. So even if we don't get another one of this pet for a whole 2 weeks, by the time Guild War comes back around again, we're going to have it ready to go. I'll go throw that down, get her a little bit of poke. And to go from there, just go through all these battles. If nothing else, even once you finally have every pet in the game, they're probably still going to be worth going for. Just because, or you know, once you have every pet max in the game, I mean. But they're still probably going to be worth going for, just because the first few battles are insanely good for Class E XP. For starter, also going to be a point where you already have all Class E XP max as well. But still, you're, while you don't, it's the first 4 battles. Just you keep getting 2 XP each time, so they take no time at all. They go down almost instantly, and you get 2 XP for doing so. So it's kind of nice. Even once you add all the pets, you still do like the first 4 battles or so. Really wish they would add something to go dump pet food into. If nothing else, at least to focus pets or something. Because there's no current way to focus pets other than throwing a ridiculous amount of gems at them. Like, let's say we wanted to go get a new pet that just came out, and we just want to go accumulate a lot of it because we want to go get it maxed, because we have pretty much most of the other ones maxed, but we don't have that one maxed because it just came out, obviously. But in order to do that, we have to spend like 2,000 gems or something. It'd be cool if they added like a soul sync to Soulforge, while also adding, of course, the sync to the food to basically just craft them directly. Maybe have it on like a little rotation, like what the troops are in. Like maybe one of each color pet every single week that you can craft with pet food of the corresponding thing. Like a combination of souls, white pet food, and color pet food or something. Because currently, you have no need for your food after a certain point. Like, we're at the point where we don't need any of our white food at the moment. And jewels still don't really have much of a purpose either, now that most people have enough food. Because you reach a point after, like, really quickly, it doesn't even take that long, like after probably about a month, where you don't really need to craft the food anymore because you'll just have a excess accumulation of it. Okay, we'll go and throw that down, get our double kill. And we'll throw Infernus into hopefully another Infernus. We're gonna have way more than a durability. Enough durability to survive. Also, you know what? Let's go give that a redeem code after we finish out this pet. Technically is a pet gnome, so we'll go and might as well give one out for it. Still haven't given one out. We'll have 2 during the stream. One after these 3 battles, and another one a little bit later. You picked Stonehammer for the best mythic? I want to understand like why some people chose like some of those. I think some people just did it to troll. Because I think someone picked like Zugoth and like some other weird one like Xenos. Though to a degree, I guess I could kind of see why you would put Xenos there. Like I can see the reasoning behind that. Because there's an achievement behind it, so if you're a completionist that's trying to get all the achievements, you would want to have that done eventually. I believe it's the most unobtained achievement other than a Mythic pet. Let me double check. I believe it is. Let me see. We go under view all achievements. If we click on global achievements, of course this is only on Steam, though I assume the console versions are pretty similar. Mobile doesn't have these. Yeah, the I haven't even done this without doing gems yet. Feed a pet to level 20. I haven't even done this. Not if you don't count the fact that we spent gems on one of them. But we have yet to actually get a natural pet to Mythic to level 20. So I could definitely see how this is pretty hard. Because even with how much we play, even though we don't play the absolute most, obviously, but we still play a pretty decent amount. At least way above average, I would say. Or maybe not way above average, but definitely some amount above the average. But yeah, only 0.1% have done it. And I technically haven't done it legitimately if you don't count spending some gems on it. And of course, the next hardest is actually doing Xenos, which, yeah, that can definitely take a while. One that I'm actually kind of surprised on is the Affix one. I assume it's because people don't understand what on earth they're supposed to do. But it's any of the weapons that you get to +6 or higher, all you have to do is cast it once, and you get that achievement. Easiest way to do this is to go get a rare weapon, max it out, go use it on your team, cast it once, and you get that achievement. Yeah, Xenos. Only 0.4% of people, approximately, have bothered to craft it. It's completely useless. There's no point in ever crafting him other than for 2 reasons. Completion purposes and for that achievement. And that's it. There's literally no other purpose. Hey, they both had 66 life. And on to the next one. Wait, mobile does have those achievements? Oh, never mind. In the past they didn't. I guess they finally got it. I didn't realize they finally integrated it to mobile. What do we need? Let's go throw that down. Go and throw a Infernus in there. We can throw Ubistet at it. He'll just take a skull. Take the other skull. Kill it that way. Try getting this down if we can. Doesn't look like we have it. What else do we need? Let's go for a poke. Throw it out on him. Get a nice cast down somewhere. Just do it right over there. Nice kill, and then we'll throw like something like Infernus or something at it. Let's poke us, kill it out, and that's essentially a match. Just need one more little hit on it. What else do we need to move? Take a yellow, go grab ourselves a brown to brown? Sure, why not? We only need Ubistet, so grab that, dead. Hello, Travis! You're getting back into the game and been enjoying a lot. Glad to hear. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things they've added as of recently. This year has been the most updates they ever did, as well as the most major updates they've ever done. Okay, what do we need to move around? I'll just take a skull. Take purple over, throw Infernus, go from there. See what else we can get down. Yeah, it's still a while before the next patch, though. It tends to be a thing that happens. They'll do like a patch in around March or so, and then like we don't see another patch until like actually, wait, did we have another one before then? I forget if we did. Yeah, we did. Never mind. We had one like 2 months ago, which would have been May, summertime in May. But they have done that before. They did a patch in March, and then they didn't do another one until August. They have gone that long without doing a patch before. Like, you know, like a major patch. They've been getting pretty better about that, though. I would take the skull, kill that out, just so the Infernus goes on the 2 of them. And then we just need to get Ubistet down for the double kill. There's not enough mana yet, and we're going to need a little poke. Oh, gotta be careful. I don't want him dying out. That works out perfectly. Need the last little bit of our mana. I exactly got it, and down it goes off of Ubistet. Just kills the other one out. 107 in damage, wow. It's mainly because their stats are so high. Hey, we even get a Bard level off of it. And we need 3 copies of this pet. Boom, go. Oh, we actually got exactly 3 copies. Nice. Well, we get 1 more armor now. I don't need it yet, but of course, next Guild War Day, we're going to be using that. Very nice. Let me go upgrade that right now. Oh, yeah, that was something really annoying. I saw a Peace Pigeon at 1 minute earlier the other day, and that could have been the Peace Pigeon that got us 1 extra armor and HP. We were so close to it. But unfortunately, it had 1 minute timer left when I found it. It was like, no! I didn't even bother doing any of the battles because at that point, why even bother? You could technically get like a basket or 2, but not that worth it. Anyways, we'll go do that. Go get this thing leveled. And get our 5 gems and our 1 armor whenever we go use pure yellow now. Which is mainly only good for Guild War Day, obviously. Very rarely would you use a 4 times yellow team other than that. And next one gives an orb as well. Let's go and do that. Get our 5 gems. Not that much, but I really wish they would give something else other than that. That's kind of pitiful. It's like, here, 5 gems. A useless amount of gems. That at least made it 10 or something. Okay, we'll go throw that down. Get the Infernus. And there was Ubistet kill it. Oh, and I meant to go give out a code. Let me go do that before I forget. I did say after I got the pet gnome, and we did indeed find the pet gnome. So let me go hand it out. 1 moment. Let's see. Let's go back to main menu while we're waiting on that. Where'd it go? I need the code section. Let's go mark a code. Let's go right down the line. I don't think there's any real special ones. They're kind of slightly hidden in there. I guess this one's technically... Oh, you know what? Let's go with cat. Because we're using the cat dragon. Or we're not using the cat dragon, but the cat dragon is next to us. Cute little cat dragon. But let's go and copy that, save it, mark this into our thingy. See if it actually works. It should. Unless it's 11 characters long, but it doesn't look like it is. Put that in there, backspace because it keeps adding a random space for no reason. And it does indeed work. Perfect. So let me go put that there, copy paste that there for in a moment. And where'd the thing go? I'm looking for... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I'm looking for the redeem code section. Let's go put this up so you guys can see it. There it is. And that's the code. Cats with 77 and then a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, there's the code. Let me center that a little bit. And let me go copy paste that into chat so you guys can just click on it. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section for any of you that want to go claim it for some free in-game resources. The invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. Don't put in mine, put in whatever yours says. The redeem code is right below where it says redeem code, as well as copy paste it into chat if you want to just copy paste it. And of course the link is right there. Or you go to gemsofwar.com, then click on game code section. And it's only usable on all platforms except for consoles. So every platform except for PS4 and Xbox One is capable of using it. It gives the same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And technically we already did open our 1 gem key for today, but oh well, we'll still open them. Why not? And we get a useless war sphinx, unfortunately. Not much of use for that. It is one of the few things that has a shuffle mechanic, but shuffle doesn't really tend to do much more often than not. Hello, Plumpko! Let's see. You were noticing that? You were watching from about a month ago, Black Hawk, until the Unicorn Kingdom came out. Oh, nice. Very nice. Also, normally we don't do this too often. Let's go say hi to Global Chat. Let's see. What should we say to them? Hello, everyone. Gems of War on YouTube. If I could type YouTube. That's terror. If anyone is interested in joining, we also have redeem codes for free in-game resources. Oh no, I didn't type. No! This is why I don't type in global chat. Why? Why? Fix your game. This is why, if you wonder why I don't type in global chat, that is why. I type all that, and then it's like, nope, we're not gonna post it. Does anyone see what I just typed? I'm pretty sure you can't. It didn't type it in. Fail. I hate that so much. That happens almost every time. Well, it doesn't want us to advertise. See, this is why we don't advertise. Well, we'll do... Eventually, hopefully they fix that. Hopefully next patch. That's really annoying. Yeah, I saw you in global chat and a few other people saying hi. Okay, well, let's go into 1 trophy. Go take ourselves to green, into brown, into hopefully something else. Grab that, grab that. Let's throw this onto, I guess, this barrier so we don't have to deal with that. We'll just set him down. Oh, hopefully that hits perfect. Just in case he wanted to revive. Would have killed it out immediately if it did. Throw that in there. Hopefully we get Ubisted off of this. Or not, never mind, it'll die. And now we just throw this into any skull hit, or anything, for that matter, that does damage. Assuming he doesn't reduce our attack to 0, that is. We'll just move that over. He just poked us, and then we throw our red furnace. Thank you, JZG. Much appreciated. When you got to your last battle, it said it was 350 days ago? Oh, wow. So yeah, almost like a full year then. Yeah, because like you said, around when Black Hawk and everything came out. Yeah, that was a while ago. The game has changed quite a bit since then, that is for sure. It also had that really big visual overhaul. A lot of people actually really hated that. It's the most amount of players that have ever quit the game. ended up occurring when they did the visual overhaul. Actually, if they never did that, the player base right now would probably be like 3,000 players constantly playing. I think it's like 2,200 these days. Because it did end up losing like, I think about 10% of the player base when they did the visual overhaul to like the current visual. Because of course, like the old visuals is like what we have over here. Like this frame and the just kind of whole theme below us. But then they ended up doing a really gigantic overhaul to what it is now. And there's also a map overhaul coming in next patch. Though at this point, I'm pretty sure most people are kind of like okay with visual changes at this point. They already changed it so much that anything that they do will be an improvement to what they've currently already done. So I don't think people would really mind visual changes now. Maybe they deliberately did that. It's like, let's go make the visuals like worse so that every visual change we ever make looks better. That'd be an interesting strategy. Alright, let's go into firebombs. Yes, I did do the sneak peek for the new map. We showed it at the beginning of the stream. If you go and backtrack all the way to the beginning, at around the 10-minute mark, I end up going over it. We waited just a little bit for people to actually show up first. But yeah, we did it around the 10-minute mark. And you should be able to go back all the way into stream, all the way to the beginning. At this current moment in time, it's because it doesn't actually show the minute mark. It's at about 1 hour and... let's see, where was it showed? 1 hour and 9 minutes ago is around when we showed the thing. So if you just go back that far in the stream right now, that's where the preview was on the map and everything. Also, it's on their social media as well. But it'd probably just be easier going into the stream. Yeah, I know. If the code doesn't work, make sure there's not an extra space. If you copy-paste from YouTube, there's a high chance that you're just randomly going to have a space at the end of it for no reason. I don't know why it does that, but YouTube chat loves doing that. Even if you perfectly copy-paste only the code itself, it'll just randomly add a space. So just hit backspace once if it's doing that. Oh, hopefully he doesn't get the Unbringer. Oh, of course, that's like the first thing he throws down. It's always annoying because then you have to kill through everything. Of course you could dispel it or something like that, but we don't have that on our team currently. So throw that down. He's actually going to hit us with a guard avatar. I have not seen guard's avatar be used for ages now. He's not horrible. The biggest issue with him is the only thing he's exceptionally good at is one-shotting the entire enemy team at once, as well as anti-Daemon. But very rarely would you actually need to go and kill the entire team out at once, unless you just wanted to do it for fun. And very few people bother running Daemon teams anymore. They're everyone's just running Divines because Divines have become so much better than Daemons. Case in point, this battle. But yeah, Divines are just insane right now. Will PS4 ever get redeem codes? Probably not. It's something that they have tried doing in the past. There's policy on Xbox One and PS4 that kind of prevents them from doing redeem codes on it. It's something they've looked into multiple times in the past, and obviously it's not one of their main priorities right now just to get codes onto console. And the few times that they have attempted in the past just haven't gone through. So yeah, there's a possibility they'll never get it. And even if they do, it's going to be a while because it's not anything they're trying to prioritize doing at the moment. But yeah, there's a pretty good chance console will never have them. It's not too big a deal. It's not too many resources from them. But yeah, maybe eventually, but it's very unlikely. Okay, let's go get an Furnace down. Go and just throw it on Furnace. Get an Ubistit down. Throw another Furnace down. That's pretty much match. What else do we need to move? Guess we'll go for... I'll stick a red. Might as well go for another Furnace. you can actually find all the mana. Where's all the surges? No one has Jinx on that team. Move that down and kill that with that. And there we go. Level skill how? Level skill with what? I don't know what you're referring to with that. Oh, wait, never mind. That was to the previous thing. By the way, you were wondering, did they change the level scaling? You were 130-ish when you logged on and had over 1,000 hours on Steam. No, they haven't changed the scaling on anything. The only thing that they did change is, well, that was never really changed, but all levels above 1,000 take more EXP every single time. But no, you should still be the exact same level that you were before the patch. Or like, they didn't change up the leveling in any way. They expanded it, but they never changed it. The only thing that was really changed leveling-wise is how heroes gain EXP. Heroes have to be in your team now in order to gain EXP. Though, instead of just gaining 1 EXP, or like 1 battle, now, like they used to be, there are battles that do 2 EXP, like things like PvP, and various events like pets, and Guild Wars, Raid, stuff like that. Arena. Actually, technically, they didn't even have any EXP, but you know, I kind of counted like the 1 win thing as the EXP thing from before. Yeah, they added masteries to level 1001 to 1501. They also added hero stats from 1000 all the way to 2000 at every 100 mark. Oh, so that reminds me, we actually hit the 5,000 hour mark the other day. I didn't really make too big a deal about it. But yeah, we're currently at, actually I haven't checked my Steam profile for a while. Someone actually mentioned it to me, and I looked at it for like a second. But also, I need to go and like overhaul my Steam profile. It is so dated. It still says I live in New Jersey too, which I technically do. I hop from New Jersey and South Carolina, though I don't currently live in New Jersey. Oh wait, wow, never mind. I overshot it a while ago. We're actually at 9,200 hours right now, or at least by the end of the stream we pretty much will be, in Gems of War. Hey, we almost have 100 hours in Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, I still don't even have half the achievements. But yeah, that reminds me, we need to go play more Darkest Dungeon soon. Probably not today, but if I have time tomorrow, I might. Let's see, we'll go through... Oops, I should have taken that green there. You're level 1,515 and you missed getting masteries. You hope they raise it again. I don't know why they just don't have an infinite. They rescaled masteries after like 6 months into the game's launch, or a year, whatever it was. I think it was more towards 6 months, but they at one point revamped the masteries into a way that even if they gave you 1 million mastery, it wouldn't make a difference. Because they put a hard lock on it as far as how far it can go. I believe 73%. Even if they give you 1 infinity of mastery, like infinite mastery, the max it could ever reach in the current state of the game, I believe, is 73%. So it doesn't matter how much they ever gave mastery to. Yet they made that change, yet they never implemented infinite mastery in any way. It just kind of seems odd. But there's really no reason why they shouldn't let mastery go for literally every level. Even if someone was to get 20,000 hero mastery, that would only be about 71% surge chance, I believe. I forget the exact number it would come out to, but it'd only be around 71 or 72% surge chance. Okay, we're gonna move that. Could take ourselves a purple to green. Or, oops, I didn't take that correctly, though. It doesn't matter. It's a really easy battle. Run Furnace. Getting those ingots. And down it goes. Also, we haven't even gotten an epic or higher ingot this entire stream. Hopefully we find one soon. Actually, if we find a epic or higher ingot, I'll give out a redeem code. That'll be what we give out our next redeem code based on. How about that? I'm not even going to do it based on the gnomes. We're going to do it on the next ingot that is epic rarity or higher. Also, let me know if I do miss one. I'm pretty sure I won't miss it, but I don't always pay attention to the ingot always, though normally I do. So yeah, we'll do it based on that. Also, the redeem code below should still be active, by the way, too. Unless global chat killed it, which they probably did. But go use it now if you haven't already. These will probably be dead in a few minutes. Is that streamed hours? Have you been streaming Gems of War? No, I have not been streaming Gems of War for that much. Though I've probably been streaming for a total of that much. Actually, that is too bad OBS doesn't track that. I actually am curious how much time I've actually streamed total. It'd be hard to tell because I did a lot of streaming on Twitch prior, or not a lot of streaming, but we started on Twitch for a couple months before we were ever on YouTube. But one way that we could kind of track it is I've uploaded every stream I've ever done ever. So if we were to add the total amount of time of every stream on my YouTube channel and then add about a few hundred hours to that from everything we probably did on Twitch, then, because I think I did about 500 to 1,000 hours on Twitch or so. But if we then add that to it, that would be the total amount of time. Though the amount of time it would take to calculate that would be, like, hours to add it up to that many things. But, if anyone wants to try that, feel free. Add up basically the time of every stream we've ever done on this channel. And then we just add, like, 500 to that or 1,000 hours. And then that's about how much time we've streamed total. If I had to guess, it's probably around 4, 5, 6,000 hours? I don't know. Yeah, that's a hard number to really guess. But I would say about 3,000 to 4,000 of my hours on Steam are probably streams. Maybe a little bit less than that. Okay, we'll just throw that down. So as far as the amount of time I'm doing Gems of War related stuff, it's way higher than whatever the actual time says in game. Because of course there's a lot of stuff I've done on the forum in the past, particularly in the past, not as much these days. But there's also of course just doing videos and everything, which generally takes like 2 to 3 times of the amount of time out of the actual game itself, just doing the video stuff. Either making thumbnails or doing the tags or just doing the video. And if there was any that needed editing in the past, generally those as well. Most of my videos these days don't actually have any editing though. It's just a lot easier not having to do it at all. It just makes the whole process of getting them out super quick. We could actually lose this. Gotta be careful. Luckily he completely missed that. Can you please stop agiling? Well, what do we need here? I guess we go move... I'll take that, try for an extra turn. And we did indeed land it, very nice. And all we need now is just to not die to skulls. So we'll do that, and one more hit will kill it out, and dead. OBS has a stat tab. You can watch it during streaming recording. Yes, but it doesn't track it for forever. It just shows data on the current stream. It doesn't show like total amount of stream time ever. Also, I actually use OBS Studio, not OBS. Though it does show a similar thing to what you just mentioned. But it doesn't track overall time. Thank you for that, Travis. Are you still doing content in the main reason you want to play again? Well, glad to hear. Thank you. Might come back to some later streams. Sure. Yeah, we always stream every single day nowadays. We stream every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also stream on Fridays and Saturdays at this time at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, let's go... Oh, we'll get in Furnace. Might as well get that in there. Yeah, code's probably maxed out now. Global Chat kills out quite a few copies of it. Probably a few hundred. I don't even know how many claims they have these days, but I'm pretty sure they destroyed at least half of them. We'll have another one soon. We're doing it currently based on when we get an epic ingot or higher. Because for whatever reason, I don't think we've gotten a single epic ingot or higher this entire stream. It's a matter of time, though. I think the chance that that happens is about like a 2% per battle, 1%, somewhere around there. But somehow we still haven't hit one, despite doing all these battles. Okay, we'll go through, well, let's do it on you, why not? Doesn't really matter too much which one we go for. As long as he doesn't get a nice furnace down, which we should be able to kill him by then. I'll throw that down, get them right next to each other, and hopefully that'll kill. Yes, it does. He'll die to burn. Good thing he's not immune to burn. Hello, Zero! Welcome! How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Okay, we definitely don't want to deal with this. I wish people would stop using 4x Drake Rider. They do it because on some weeks you have to kill things in PvP, and it gives 8 kills instead of 4. But it's really annoying to kill if you're not using the correct team. Like, you have to either use a stunner or a proper, like, Ubistet team to, like, double kill. But even then, it's not really worth going for, because it still takes longer to kill. Alright, I'll move that down. He's gonna get summoned. I should probably actually wait a turn and let him do that, and then we kill him. And now we just went off of that. Just throw the Ubistet at it. And down it goes. Our EXP bar is moving so sluggishly. It's basically a level per day, if even that much. Which means we're not reaching level 1,500 anytime soon, if that's the case. We'd be lucky if we hit 1,400 by the end of the year. So I think that we could easily manage that, though. And we get 1 higher attack when that happens, which is actually really nice. Doesn't make that big a difference, but you never know. Every little stat helps. Since Ubistet can kill 2 troops at the same time, don't you think it's time to buff Scorpius to allow him to cast his ability more than once? Scorpius is underwhelming. That is definitely true. I think they want to keep it like that just to keep it thematic with the kingdom. Isn't it from Drifting Sands? Because Drifting Sands has a lot of stuff. That was the first ever kingdom that brought in like the whole 1 cast kind of mechanic. I wish his ability did more, but I believe they should keep it at 1 cast. But it should do more for what it does. What do we need here? Let's go through a poke. Yeah, maybe make it like full AoE or something. So that actually hits everything instead of just the 2 that's already going to kill. Just so that it still gets some value in there. Oops, why'd I do that? The 2 that it hit were both, okay, that was my mistake. Though we would have lost regardless. What even? I guess that mistake didn't matter as much. Yeah, Scorpius. Drifting Sands, of course. But he deals damage to the last 2 enemies. And then the damage will instantly kill them if they are poisoned. So that will automatically kill through them. Though if they have immune to poison, they can never actually die to this an instant kill. And of course, it can only be cast once. But yeah, basically make this hit all enemies. And if they did that, that'd be fine. Like, so make it so he hits all enemies. And just keep the rest of the ability as is. And then I think it'd be fine to use. The other problem is him having Venomous. That is, like, very, very useless. And Pervious is nice. Desert King is nice. But, the ability is just really underwhelming. You have to build your entire team around it, and even then, it's not really worth it. There might be, eventually, a really good poison troop that synergizes with them. But at the moment, the closest you have is Weavern. And that's not even really that good with it, either. And the only other better bet is using something like Yali, but then you're wasting an entire slot just to put Yali on your team. Just so you have poison. I guess maybe Shadow Dragon or something else is okay to use since he does use purple. But it also denies out his yellow. So it doesn't really help you much. What do we need here? We'll go and... I guess we'll take that yellow. We'll give him a lot of blue, but I don't mind him using a Mercy. That could actually help us. Good thing he didn't get a kill there. Just kill those 2 out. Because he can get the Mercy down. And he just dies to this. Or he should die to that. There he goes. Even if he didn't get hit by the skull, the burn would have killed him. Also, nowadays, there's a lot of troops immune to poison. Yes. There's more troops immune to poison than any other effect in the entire game. I believe it's somewhere around like 40 or 50. All undead have immune to poison. I believe dwarves have immune to poison. Is not one of the few that they have. And of course, all impervious have immune to poison. Also, there's even a specific trait that's literally just immune to poison, which is sturdy, which several troops also have. Yeah, in total, it's somewhere around like 50, 60 troops that all have immune to it. Most amount of anything that ever has immune to a status effect. What about Web Spinner with Scorpius? Scorpius doesn't use green though, so you don't really need to use them together. The thing that would make Scorpius really good is if they ever added a really good brown poisoner who did a lot of damage, who can automatically extra turn its ability, or at least extra turn chance its ability. If they ever did that, it'd be really good. Wyvern slightly does that, but it doesn't have any extra turn potential, which is the main thing holding it back. Oh, so that technically holds back Wyvern too. At least with something like Great Maul from that kingdom, you have the gem spawn after it does its ability. Even something like Xenos, there's quite a few single cast troops that still have follow-up to their ability. And any of them that don't tend to be pretty bad. Okay, we'll go and just go into this battle. Oh no, he has the annoying Nyx. Yeah, dwarves are immune too. Yeah. So all undead, all dwarves, all with impervious, and all with sturdy, all have immune to poison. And I believe the assassin hero class also does. I know one of them does. We'll throw Infernus down, and then it goes. Magnus is a good option as well with all the random effects. Oh yeah, Magnus is still the best random effects placer in the entire game. The second best is Dragonet, which is only a rare. There we go, let's throw another Infernus down. And then it goes. There, we'll go into one trophy. What do we need here? We'll go take that. Go get a nice little poke down. Get a nice Ubestead in there. And then we'll put the furnace on it. Grab all that mess, throw another furnace. And on to the next one. Let me go double check. You know what? Let's actually go do some maps real quick. Because we're right on top of getting the 8 gem keys. I still haven't finished that out yet. But we're right next to it, so we'll go do that real quick. Should only take us about 10 minutes, I think. If it'll load. Come on, game, you got this. Load! Load! There we go. Check our mail. And rewards, grab all that. And we still need 30 something, I believe. Yes, 32 more. Shouldn't take that long. Let's go do that right now. Oh, did I do the pet? I believe I did. Let me double check though. Yeah, because we got enough to upgrade it. We definitely did the pet. I'll still double check. Because you never know. Alright, move that, move that, move that. Take everything away. Move all that together, move that down. Take that down. Take the other one, grab that. And take all that gold. Grab that, take our bags. Even more bags. Bags on bags on bags. And it's got to take every single move the second we see it. And I'll get all the moves we need. And we'll get some gems out of this too. Probably not going to be getting any gem keys though, specifically from it, other than, you know, the normal amount that I would get from the task. Hey, we had exactly 30. It's always nice staying exactly on the 10 when we're doing this. Those are the exact numbers we need to actually get the most amount of value out over time. Since the only thing we're really going for is the event gems right now, so that we can actually get the actual gems. Or technically not actual gems, but we're getting gem keys, which saves us from having to spend gems later. So technically it's net gaining gems, even though we're not actually gaining gems. There's just less gems we'll have to put out for next Mythic or whenever we might need more. I feel like we do have enough gem keys right now that we're going to get the Mythic without needing to spend any gems. We'll see. Hopefully that's the case. We'll find out, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm kind of, as weird as it may seem, I'm kind of hoping we get somewhat unlucky on next Mythic. Mainly because we have more of a video to show, but also because we've been getting really lucky with it recently. I've barely opened any gem keys since they had ingots in them, so I haven't been able to get too many. Oh, exactly 40. We're getting right on the dot, perfectness. Not even trying to, it's just randomly happening. Which is definitely beneficial. Have you done the dailies already? No, there's still 2 dailies I haven't done. I believe they were both pointless though. Whatever they were. I should probably do one of them though. You should always make sure you only have 1 daily left. If you're gonna like kind of ignore one. Because if you have 2, they'll both carry over to the following day, which actually happened to me yesterday. Which I need to make sure I don't do that. Normally I try not to, but I forgot yesterday. But normally you want to make sure you only have 1 bad task left if you end out a day. And even if you have bad tasks there, you'll want to finish out whatever really quick bad task there is. Because even though some tasks are like super ultra ridiculously bad, as long as it can be completed within like a few minutes, it's still worth doing. Because at least it clears out the slot. Whereas the other ones kind of hold up the slot if you just leave them there. Okay, we should need... Oh, only 37. We should need about 5 more maps, I believe it is. And at that point, we will get our 8 gem keys, which will go towards next Friday's key opening.
Extra turn.
Episode should have taken 5 times. Doesn't really matter, though. As long as we're taking them as quickly as possible, we'll be good to go.
Extra turn.
Move that, move that, move that. Move all the things. What else do we need? Grab the other one. Grab the gold coin. Oh, that's not even the gold coin. Grab that one. That. Take the other gold. Or the bronze. But yeah, they definitely need a new thing that uses maps. Hopefully next patch. We'll see. Highly doubt it's coming next patch though, but it did say they'd do it eventually. So I'm holding them to that. Really hope they do. Really hope they do. There we go. Anyways, should only need a few more. And then we're done with it. But yeah, maps are the most annoying one for sure. Out of every weekly objective that they can ever give you, maps is the most annoying. At least this late in the game it is. Earlier on in the game, it feels a lot more rewarding doing treasure hunt because you actually need most of the stuff that you're getting. Most of what we're actually getting from here is pretty trivial relative to just doing PvP. The only thing that's really good is the that makes it all worth it is the actual event objective stuff that we get at the end of it, like all the gems we got in between, on top of the gems from the map, on top of the 8 gem keys that we get in very soon as we finish this out. It's the only time in late game when maps are actually worth it, is when there's actually an objective for it, which is why we're doing it. I gotta move that over, move that, condense all that together, and that's about it. Looks like we'll have to end it here. And nope, never mind. It still keeps going. That's actually bad that that happened. It's just wasting time. And there we go. We're not actually going to get any more event thingies for it. Should be like 2 or 3 more maps then. And be good to go. Get that down with that. We're just taking everything immediately. Doesn't even matter if it's an extra turn. As long as we're taking something every single time. Board keeps getting too congested, making it so I can't take quicker moves. I can move that over. That one, take that one. That, take the other gold over there, get our turns apparently, move that one to the other corner. And never mind, that's already in. Was it? Oh, we came 1 short. We're getting the extra little vent thingy. We only got 2 of them. That's pitiful. Move that. I guess that's what happens when you don't go for any extra turns now, isn't it? Should be aiming for at least 30 every single time if we can. This is not too big a deal, but definitely don't want to be hitting a 29. That's quite unfortunate. That means we're getting one whole less event gem just because we're that short on it. Okay, we need to get the extra turn there so we can actually preserve it. There we go. Just hit for 20 right here. That'll be fine. Get exactly 20. As long as we hit right on one of the 10s. And come on, maps. I know we did pretty bad the last 2 maps, but should be right on top of it. I'm not going to bother checking because the amount of time it takes to check it, we could have already gotten an entire map done in that time. Especially because of how loading screens are these days. Hopefully they're fixing that next patch, but they tried fixing it some with their servers earlier, but apparently not completely. Because there's still a lot of really big lag spikes in the game that will hopefully be addressed the next patch. Or sure, assume so. They've actually been around for a couple of patches, but this patch has been the absolute worst with it. Without a doubt. Okay, we'll move that. Let's end this one out, and that should be it, right? Let's see our gems. Oh wait, never mind. What am I doing? I forgot. We have to manually go check it, don't I? I forgot about that. It doesn't just give it to you like the tasks do. You actually have to check it every single time. It's not flashing right now. Okay, we need 9 more. So let's go do that right now. We're already so close. Might as well finish it. How's our pet doing? And by that time, it'll be fine to go start pet farming again. In PvP. Or in Arena. Either or, but I normally do it in PvP, of course. Okay, so we only need 9 more now. That should be 2 to 3 maps. Depends how many we bother going for. Maybe we'll go play a legitimate map. Let's actually go do the last map as a legitimate map. Not this one, but the next one. It's probably going to go even worse. It's like, let's do a legitimate map, and then it barely gets anything. But yeah, we'll do the next map as a legitimate map and see how far we get. And it'll be the last one that we do for today. And that'll be the one we also get 8 gem keys off of. It's not worth the amount of time it takes to do a legitimate map, though. Actually, at this point, no, I was going to say maybe we should start playing this one as one. But no, it's already too far in. Bother doing that. And there we go. Okay, so let's go play one legitimate map. As long as we hit 50, which we definitely should be able to do. Hey, we got 4 gems. Okay, so let's do this. So right off the bat, we'll take it from the top, grab that. Always keep checking out the top for extra turns. Then we work towards the bottom. Okay, so now we want to go work towards the bottom. Do that. Get rid of all these bronze and silver coins from the bottom. Take every 5 times we ever see. Take 4 times as minimally as possible, unless it's one of the smaller resources like those. So we'll actually go do that one. A lot of it gets condensed. That I actually don't want to take yet. I'd rather take it for 5 times and such. Bronze coins. I kind of want to drag that one down. Okay, I'm going to do exactly that. And just kind of move it over. Because I want to get rid of this little bit of congestion that we have over here. And just leave the other bronze coin in the corner. That's fine. Move that over. Oh, never mind. We can actually get rid of that. But now we're just going to have a silver coin in the corner. We're still going to have one in the corner, though. But we'll move this other one down. Try getting those 2 next to each other. Just kind of drop that. Actually, a little extra turn thing in there that I kind of missed. But move that down. Got to get rid of those silver coins, too. But doing pretty good so far, actually getting the bottom cleared. So that's working out nicely. And our big resources are all on the bottom. So that's always nice to see, too. Keeping them down there. So far, keeping really clean down here. We do have this annoying bronze coin, though, but we can move it to the corner, so we'll do that, just so it's kind of out of the way a bit. Oh, but now we have to deal with these 2 bronze coins that are advancing, and now that I moved it, I actually can't use it, which is kind of funny. Oh, I could have taken it 5 times up there. That's why you always take from the top, fail. Should have taken that. But we'll take this one, actually. This is the 5 times. Normally, you wouldn't want to do that for bigger resources, but since we're actually trying for a real map, I guess we'll do it. Smooth that over. Take that for 5 times. Don't accidentally miss the top ones. Which I already did once. Let's see. Will we actually hit double vault? That'd be fun if we get gem keys off the one that also gives us gem keys. Move that over. Oh, I shouldn't have actually taken that. Again, we should mostly be taking them when they're 5 times. Like, things like that, I don't think we should really be going for. But we'll take that one over. As I say that, we take it for 4 times. But for that chest, it doesn't matter as much. Yeah, we'll move those back next to each other. These bronze coins I kind of want to drop. We don't have a way of doing that directly, though. I guess we could move one of these over, like moving that down is fine. Then we just take it right into it 5 times and do that. Do that one down, that over. I kind of want to get rid of these bronze that are starting to congest their ways over here. So I'd rather do it off a cascade, if anything. Also, I got to get rid of that one bronze coin over there. Maybe we go give some recruitments. So we'll go bring that down, and now we'll get rid of these bronze coins decently. And then we just move that over. Now we have this really annoying one sitting right there as well. Not much we could actually do with that, unfortunately. Same as this little guy over there, but we'll put him in the side. As long as it's on the side, it's not as annoying. It's not blocking us as much. We'll go condense some of this. So we got a single red chest there. I guess we'll get rid of these silver coins since they're right next to each other. Perfect. Gotta go get rid of the gold coin soon too, but for now that's fine just sitting there. These bronze coins I kind of want to drag down, but I'm not going to, so we'll just do that. Move this other one over just so we get that condensed. No extra turn off any of that, surprisingly. We'll just go grab that, condense that a little bit. Move this other one over. 5 times bag, very nice. Move the other one. Nice 5 times again. Too bad that's not a bag. Could have gotten it again on top of that. Move that over. Which way do we get rid of this stuff? I really want to get rid of this bronze coin right there. We can finally get rid of that side one. Problem here is we need to go do something to get rid of these in the center. And I think it'd just be better to keep those to the side for now. Just don't worry about them at the moment. So we'll do that. Take that for 5 times the following turn. If we take 1 turn to set up a 5 times, it's technically like we didn't waste a single turn. So that's fine to do. Sure, we'll take that for 5 times. Why not? Move that over, move that over. That bronze coin's going to be annoying. Actually, you know what? If we can get that all the way down there, that wouldn't be horrible. We'll take the 5 times from up there. Do that over. Take that just to condense the other one up there. This bronze coin we still need to move down. The only problem is I'm not going to be able to move it down far enough, it doesn't look like. How do we do this? I can actually get rid of these silver coins down here, though it's going to drag more silver coins down, so it's not really going to fix the problem at all. It's going to create a new problem with it. How do we move these? I want to make sure that they're next to each other wherever I do end up moving it. So I guess we do that. And then we try getting these condensed from the top. I can actually do that by taking it 5 times if I really want to. And I think that is going to be the way we go for it. So we'll move that down, take that down, and get that condensed. Oh, it's 1 off. Oops, I forgot. Moves it to the center. I thought it would be right there. Fail. How do I go about doing that? I need to move it to the right somehow. And there's actually no way to do that as of currently. That should be a bit of a problem. It's actually going to be a lot of a problem now that I think about it. We don't have any good way to go move that correctly to where I need it to be. What's with all the bronze coins all of a sudden, too? Now it's even higher up, which doesn't help the problem. Let's see. I guess technically we don't need a vault. It's not like I was actually trying for a vault. I was just trying to do a real map.
Extra turn.
It's always nice trying to go for them. Just for fun. Aw, why did you have to take that off the top? No. Could have had it, but it randomly got rid of it. Okay, we'll just go condense these, get the silver coin out of here. Actually, let me take the bronze coin first. We're good at drops. Oh, but now we have this other annoying silver coin. Okay, I'll take it that way then. How else do we move these? We'll take that for now, because we can just condense this down. That's not going to be enough yet. We'll try for the cascade. Didn't get it, but we do get it 5 times after, so it works out. Take that other 5 times. Where do we try getting the red chest in all this mess? Well, we move that over. We can then move that. And these green chests are still not where I need them to be. Okay, we're just not going to get a vault this time, it looks like. It's fine. We don't have to get a vault. Move that. And looks like we'll reach 95 because I don't think we'll be able to get anything else from here. So we'll just leave the other big resources down there. And that'll be that. Okay. So let's see what we get. Maybe we'll get some glory keys out of them. We got 2 glory keys. Not too bad. Not the greatest, but... And that's also 8 gem keys now. And there's our 5 gems. We get 2 glory keys. As you can see, it's definitely not worth the amount of time. We took like, what, 5 minutes doing that? And we only get a pitiful amount of gold. We get, let's see. We get about 20 seconds worth of gold. About 10 seconds worth of souls. The 2 glory keys, which is a few minutes of PvP. 5 gems, which is the only real decent thing that we actually got. A bunch of trait stones we don't need. 10 glory, which is actually pretty pitiful. And wow, all of that was horrible. Every single one of those. But we get 8 gem keys out of it. And that's why you don't play maps legitimately this late in the game. Anyways, that's that. We got our 8 gem keys. But yeah, I guess next pet gnome, treasure gnome, or epic or higher ingot we will give out next code. You love doing maps until level 500. I love doing them when they first came out. I also love doing them on new accounts whenever I make new accounts. But it just doesn't feel worth it on late game accounts. But on new accounts, you get so much that you actually need from them. They're actually quite a bit of fun. But this late in the game, they're just not worth it at all. Not even remotely. Yeah, Titan, 4 times Titan isn't that bad. I mean, 4 times Giant with Titan. I always feel bad using a maxed out hero class, though. Until I get almost all of them maxed, I'm probably not going to be using the proper hero classes for anything. Like this week, I should have been using Bard for the raids, not Bard. I mean, I should have been using Titan, not Bard. But of course, I was using Bard the entire time. What do we even move here? He's going to get so much skull out of this, but I got to give it to him. He doesn't even go for it. Never mind. Okay, that works. Move that over. Go for a nice Infernus in here. Hopefully get lucky. Not quite. He gets so goal distracted or not. Never mind. I think this is slightly bad. Wait, this is the same one with Guard's avatar from earlier, isn't it? Wasn't this the guy with Guard's avatar that killed us earlier? Pretty sure it was. Well, he did it again. And out we go. Fail. Oh, on to the next battle. 2 victories somehow. And that time, we somehow got 2 victories on our defend. Any team suggestions for the Wild Queen? Not really advised using. You pulled her yesterday in the lucky guy with the Infernus Yasmin, the World Breaker. Oh, wait. You have that many Mythics already? Aren't you like level 150, you said, the other day? Wow. Yeah, Infernus and World Breaker are really nice. Yasmin and Wild Queen, however, are not that useful. You should mainly just be using Infernus and World Breaker and trying to get them traded and everything. You don't really need to worry about Wild Queen or Yasmin. Yasmin you would eventually use with Green Guild War Day once you own a web spinner. And the Wild Queen just really isn't used for anything for the most part. You can maybe incorporate that into Green Day, I guess, but then again, Yasmin's the same color, so you would only need one or the other. You never need to use both in the same team. But Wild Queen's just too inconsistent. If you needed a Skull Spammer, you would use Natural Skull Spammer. If you needed green spam, you would just use something like Yasmin or Web Spinner. There's just really no place for Wild Queen currently. And the amount of attacks she would steal is probably relatively low at a lower level. So the main mechanic she even has, you would barely even be using. Also, you probably can't even afford to trade her, I would assume. So I would just ignore her for now. The only thing you would maybe use her for into the future is once you get Gorgolfa fully traded first slot, you can kind of build around that with her. But that's about it. Even most Skull Spam teams these days don't really run it. Most Skull Spam teams either run with all the Doom Skull creators, or they run with some kind of focused Keeper of Souls, or they run with like one of the double converters, like a Divine Ishpala into Forest Guardian or something like that. And Wild Queen just doesn't work for any of those. She is the only... there's one good benefit about her, though. But she just misses too much for it to really be utilized. But she is currently the only thing that Skull spams that also gains attack. And that's about the only thing that she really has going for the most part. Yeah, Skull Spam is pretty underwhelming at the moment. It's not completely useless, it's just compared to casting, it's not as strong as casting. There's a lot more counters to Skulls than there is to casting. Right now, there's really only 3 things that counter casting. There is Submerge, which only does it for things that hit all enemies. There is Stealthy, which only does it for things that are single target. So already, many abilities like Infernus doesn't get countered by either of those 2 things. And then the only other one that exists is Hero with 20% reduction, which is very rarely used. And even when it is used, it's only 20%. That's barely anything. That's worse than the 25% armored, which is considered useless on troops. Wow, that's a lot of mythics to have that at that low of a level. Though my average on counts that I've had that under level 100 have been 3 mythics, but yeah, most people don't get them till way later in the game. And you already got 2 of the better ones, like I mentioned, Wardbreaker and Infernus, so you're already pretty lucky. Let's see, we'll go throw that down. Let's get that down. Please get the kill. No, it doesn't. Hopefully he... There we go. Perfect. And now I just need him to cast twice. There goes once. And there goes twice. But yeah, we've been getting really unlucky this stream as far as loot from drops. Every pet gnome we've gotten so far, I mean, every treasure gnome we've gotten so far has been basically nothing. We haven't gotten like any good ingots. I don't think we gotten a single epic plus this entire stream. And yeah, the only really good thing we got all stream was the pet. We ended up getting the yellow pet, which of course helps us with yellow Guild War Day. And that's about it. We end up gaining 1 higher armor from that, but it's still pretty nice. Very rarely would we utilize that, but 1 armor is 1 armor. Especially in Guild Wars, that could be the difference between dying and not dying. In Guild Wars, that matters a lot. Of course, in PvP, that wouldn't make too big a difference. But Guild Wars, it's definitely very important to not die. Especially if you don't run a summoner on your team. Okay, we'll move that over. Get the last little kill. And that'll be that. Come on, something good. Anything? Nope. Commenting. Stop in the comments. At least give us rares and ultra rares. Even if you're not going to give us a better one. Like a really good one. I will take that revenge. The first 1 trophy actually would have been easier, but of course revenges do give twice the amount of gold and all that. So definitely always worth going for. Unless it's one of the ridiculously annoying metas. Even then, it's still probably worth going for. I'll take the purple over, throw Infernus, go from there. Throw that down. How many life kingdoms is there? I believe it's 12 at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say 12. I forget what it is off the top of my head. Almost guaranteed it's 12 though. I believe it's 12 HP, 10 armor, 5 magic, and 5 or 6 attack. I forget. Is it 10 or 12? I'm pretty sure it's 12. I can double check by clicking on this and then clicking on my team. It is 6 attack kingdoms, 5 magic, 12 HP, and 10 armor kingdoms is how many exist. And we're getting another new kingdom next patch, though we have no clue what that bonus will be. We actually don't even know what mechanics will be there either. Assumably some kind of new mechanic, though none have been mentioned yet. Oh wait, there was something about Dark Orb or something that 1 troop had. So that's probably the new mechanic for next kingdom. Like some kind of Dark Orb thing. It seems like some kind of board control thing. Or, you know, something that might be an obstacle on the board or something. But it has the ability to explode it, so it can't be negative, whatever it is. Or at least exploding it seems to not be. But we'll find out what it is. What do we need? Let's go and... let's go on 1 trophy. There's Stonehammer there, which will do a lot of skull reduction, but the rest of the team will be really weak. As well as him being very weak. He helps us out by just being weak himself. Yeah, I highly advise always using Gorgulfa instead of Stonehammer. The only time you ever bother using Stonehammer is in basically what he's using right now in our all-dwarf team. And even in our dwarf team, it's barely even worth it. And the particular one he's using, it's definitely not worth it. The team doesn't seem to be too strong. I say that now, and he's probably going to destroy me off these Doom Skulls, isn't he? Move that over. Wait, why am I trying to scold him? He's literally the highest skull reduction in the entire game. It doesn't matter how many skulls we throw at it. Well, I guess technically, that's not true. If we hit enough on it, it would eventually die, but still, that's not a good idea. Okay, let's just go kill him with a nice Infernus in there. I should have taken the other one, could have skull distracted him. Oh well, not that big a deal. He should still die here. And down it goes off another Infernus. And there we go. Is Creeping Death still one of the most valuable weapons for hero? It's still one of the better ones. I'd say top 10, maybe. It depends. It's definitely a lot weaker than what it used to be. Not because they nerfed it at all, just because they... Well, actually, technically they did. They nerfed Def Mark, or Def Touch. I mean, yeah, Def Mark. They ended up nerfing ever so slightly. It now has a 1-turn delay. It can still really easily get single kills and double kills, though. And it's still really high damage output. And still works really good with a +1 purple, which several hero classes have, of course, while still using purple mana. But, yeah, it's nowhere near what it used to be. Especially since Sorcerer is nowhere near what it used to be. Because that's what it used to be used with the most, for the most part. Can you stop doing turns? But yeah, because you would use it with Sorcerer, and you would have that 50% chance to gain 1 magic every single turn. And it's just not worth it anymore, because there's... What on earth was that turn? But there's just not as much of a need to use it anymore, because you can go and... Gosh, I just lost my train of thought now. What even just happened? I need to go look back on that because I was talking most of the time. But, yeah, Creeping Death just isn't worth it as much anymore just because the Death Touch isn't as strong as it used to be. And all the things that used to be good with it, like Sorcerer, there's now things like Bard and such, which gain 1 to all stats per turn, whereas it only has a 50% chance of gaining 1 magic per turn, which is obviously a lot weaker than 1 to everything per turn. Not to mention it does it for the whole team instead of just 1. So Sorcerer's pretty dated. Also, seriously, what on earth was that battle? He just did like Dragon Soul into Word Breaker into Dragon Soul into Word Breaker into back and forth forever. Oh, he found a treasure gnome. Redeem code time. Let's go do redeem code. Hopefully he actually drops something good. But yeah, let's see what he has. Let's see what he has. Go throw another one down. And there we go. What's in the loots? 100 souls, useless, but still, it's a treasure gnome. So let's give out a code. This will be the last code of the stream. Let's see, what do we have? Let's go into... Oops, I already used all those, did I? Yeah, I believe I did. Oh wait, we still had this one from earlier. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, let's go down to this one right here. Go and just mark that one, make sure it works. Copy it, save it, put it into the thing below me. Put in my name, code thingy, backspace because it keeps adding space. This code does not exist. Really? Salty? Salty? What are you doing? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh. Code doesn't exist. Let me double check it one last time. Code does not exist. Huh. Let me copy paste it again and double check, but it is what it is. Copy. Put it right in there. Get rid of the space. And nope, it doesn't exist. I guess I'll post it in chat real quick just so you guys can check. Double check that code right there that I just posted. See if that works. Let me know if that works. It shouldn't work, but let me know if it does. We go get another one ready then, I guess. Let's see. Well, let's keep going down the line. Let's check this one then, if that doesn't. Let me mark it. Copy all of it. Save it. Double check chats. Yeah, it does not exist, yeah. Just double checking. And let's go put this one in there. Boom, boom, redeem code. This one works. There we go. Okay. Apparently that one just didn't work for whatever reason. I have no clue why, but it didn't. Anyways, let's go put this below us. Redeem code, put that right in there. Boom. Okay, there you guys go. There is the redeem code for any of you that want to go and use it. It's nice and kind of centered. Kind of, not really. Good enough. We'll just go with that. And there's the code. Let me go copy paste it into chat. This one will definitely work for sure. Copy that. Put it into chat. And there it goes. And as far as redeem code, your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says there is what you put in. The redeem code is obviously what it says right below. Redeem code, or you copy paste it from chat. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click on the link right there. And it gives the same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And let's go open the 1 gem key. And hey, wow, we actually got an epic from both of them so far. I don't need either of those 2 epics, but at least we're getting not ultra rares, I guess. I'd much rather just be getting a ultra rare ingot though. Anyways, that's that. So make sure to go use that if you want it. It works on every platform except PS4 and Xbox One. So it works on PC, mobile, all the mobile versions, and the Amazon version. Also, out of curiosity, who here plays on the Amazon version? Anyone? I know that people exist that do play on it. It's cross-platform with the PC mobile. But is there anyone who plays like exclusively just on the Amazon version who's here right now? Or even just plays it in general? Anyone? I'm pretty sure it's very few of the people that actually watch me, but I assume they exist. Okay, we'll go and... let's move purple. Actually, I don't even know how many people play on the Amazon version. I assume it's some amount because there's quite a bit of spike in the game population when it did occur. Let's go throw that down. Go throw Ubistet down. Kill that out and dead. Oh, you got a Sakima from the key. Nice. It is one of the weaker double converts, but still a pretty decent one nonetheless. Generally, the most sought after ones are things like Forest Guardian, Divine Ishbala. Definitely Divine Ishbala, obviously the best one of all of them. But Forest Guardian, Divine Ishbala, and Infernus tend to be the better ones. But really, any of them that have that double convert skull are pretty decent. Similar to how all 6 of the basic converts, like Green Seer, Giant Spider, Valkyrie, all those tend to always be decent. Same as all the double converts that do one convert into a color and the other convert into a skull. There's always some team that they end up being used for. Except for Sakima. The biggest problem with Sakima is there's not enough war gears in that kingdom to really synergize with it. But it will be in the future. Once you get like Ubistet synergizing with it, it's actually going to be really, really powerful. The only problem is there's no 4 times team, or even 3 times. Probably once the hero class gets added for that kingdom, it'll be very nice. You'd end up using something like Hero, Ubistet, Sakima, and one other troop. Hopefully a mana generator that's also of that same typing. And that would actually end up being a really strong team. Unfortunately, it currently doesn't exist. And it could be a while before we get a hero class for it. And no problem, everyone. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. We'll be around for about another 45 minutes or so. Do we give him a bunch of brown? I don't see why not. He doesn't use it. Plus we get rid of barrier, apparently. So we'll go through Infernus at it. He gets a whole kill. And somehow got barrier back, so just kill him out that way, and there we go. Yeah, do feel free to leave the stream a thumbs up. It definitely helps out a lot if you leave a like on it. Greatly appreciated. Okay, we'll go and... yeah, I will actually be doing that around 10,000 subscribers. Setting up a lot of those like little notification thingies for that, for like streams and other various such. There's a lot of overhaul I want to do of the channel once we get close to 10,000. Actually, I should probably start doing some of it now, so that it's prepared for when we do reach around 10,000. But there are several things I want to revamp. Also, that's something I want to pull too. Do you guys think I should change the border that we have around here? Or should it just kind of stay the same? It's something I haven't touched for like about a year now. Because I'm going to need to go and make it more organized soon. So in making it more organized, it'd be ridiculously easy to change it. Or maybe not ridiculously easy, but it'd be something that we could potentially change them. I'm leaning towards just kind of keeping as is, but I do need to go and make it more organized. On my end, it's really unorganized. Obviously, on the output end, it's what it looks like now. But on my end, it's not that organized. Let's see. I know, I'm still using the old interface from ages ago. From back in... gosh. But I know a lot of people enjoyed the old interface, which is why I kind of left it up. But the old interface from like over a year ago. Let's see. Go through Ubistet at it. Random troop challenge. Yeah, I know. I haven't been doing as many random troop challenges as of recently. Then again, we do have the keys to be able to do it. We have like way more than enough keys. The only big issue is we don't have that many glory keys, which I do need to save for new kingdoms, which is probably one of the biggest reasons why I haven't really been doing it as of lately. After a new kingdom comes out, we'd probably be able to. And once we knew like when the next kingdom's coming after, just we've been really hurting on glory keys lately. I technically could just start using my actual glory, I guess. Actually, how much glory do we have if I do that? We have about a 720,000 glory. How many keys is that? 720,000 divided by 20. Oops, I just did the wrong number. I just divided it by 0. Fail. Divide that by 20. Hey, we got an arcane. 36,000 glory keys is actually how many we have in glory right now. Although, of course, some of that I definitely need to keep for actual glory-related stuff. But, yeah, technically, if we wanted to, we have, I guess putting it that way, we actually do have a pretty decent amount of them. We have, technically about, what is that? About 50,000 glory keys then, if you put it that way. Though, in a way, we don't, because half of that I need to save for, probably even more than half of that, I need to save for when we actually go and start using those glory for event-related troops every single week, for when we need to start getting them maxed. Oh, no, she still hasn't yet. She'll be coming back later today. It actually won't interfere with either any of the streams or anything else I had planned for today, so it's actually going to work out perfectly. Yeah, she's still not back yet. She's getting back later. Also, if tonight's stream's a little bit delayed, it's because I'm doing stuff related to that. Because I don't know if we're going to be going out or anything like that. We might be. Not fully certain, though. But if I am a little bit late tonight, that's why. I'll go through on Furnace. Hey, we gained a level. Nice. Should hopefully be able to get around level 88 by the end of the stream. We're pretty close to it if we don't actually get it. And it's pretty much where we're going to be leaving Bard. And by later tonight / tomorrow, we'll probably have it about level 90. And then we just leave Bard there forever. And only use it for basically Guild War. And that's about it. Okay, do we even bother for the extra turn? I don't need the mana at the moment. Not really much we need to go for. We just fire bombs and then we just clean it up really easily with that. And down it goes. Yeah, we still have the Mythic border around us too. Pretty sure a lot of newer players don't even know what that is though these days, which is the other problem with it. Based on its coloration, I guess most people would kind of assume what it is. Yeah, this is, like, of course, the Mythic border back when the game actually looked better. We'll go move that over. Back when it was more stylized than it was today. Now a Mythic border looks like that. That's the difference. This is what it used to look like, what we have around us right now. Or this is one of the versions that it used to look like. Actually, they've gone through like 5-6 different versions. And that is what it looks like now, right over there. Right here. What a change. We'll go throw that down. And just throw in a furnace. And dead. Hello, Navarrete. Welcome. It kind of looks like an old TV. I didn't think about it like that, but yes, it kind of does in a way. And thematically, it does too. Is this week a good week to open guild chests? Every week's a good week to open guild chests. Unless you're saving them for kingdoms or new mythics. There is a new mythic coming next Friday. But it's not a mythic that's going to be too over the top. Actually, I shouldn't keep saying that because there is some things it's going to be really useful for. It's going to be the best Weber in the entire game. It's going to be one of the best true damages in the entire game. And it's going to be the highest mana accumulating true damaging troop, assuming it gets a kill. Problem is it's dependent heavily on getting kills. But Marilith would be the best otherwise. But assuming it gets a kill, it's literally the best mana accumulating true damage. The biggest issue with it is it doesn't get it every single time. Only when it gets a kill does it actually trigger it. But it has some potential. It's also impervious stealthy, which if I'm not mistaken is actually the only impervious stealthy in the entire game, which is also something else that's going for it. I don't recall anything else that is impervious also having stealthy. So it's going to be unique in that. Its mythic trait is completely useless though. All it does is summon a little thing. I'm probably not even going to get the final trait on it. It's just that bad that it basically makes your troop weaker. Do you think they should tie reward rarity rates to battle difficulty? They already do, to a degree. They give extra gold, souls, and EXP. I don't think they would tie too much else to it, because when they have in the past, like when they did it to normal PvP, it became really exploitable. So they're probably not going to be doing that again. At one point, you were able to gain like over 10,000 gold per PvP battle. It was pretty funny. Some people with really high bonuses, I think at one point gained almost 20,000 in like one battle. Very rarely would you have battles like that. The average was more towards like 8,000, which is still above average compared to now, but still. Anyways, what was I looking for? I came here to look for something that someone mentioned. Let's see. What am I looking for? I don't know why I came here. I came here for a reason. It was something related to some kind of troop. Something really specific. But I can't remember what it was, so I'll figure it out in a moment. Fail. Hate when I do that. Let's see. Do you think you should sign a petition for them to stop giving us so many growth orbs? I know, I wish they would give us something else other than growth orbs. Like even just a normal random orb instead of that growth orb would be nice. Growth orbs are so very, very useless. I know, there's so many squirrels. We'll go take that out. Keep distracting us. Throw it head down. Go and just run furnace. Now wipe out the team. And there it goes. Let's see, maybe if I look back in chat, I'll remember what it was. But yeah, what was I doing? Pretty sure I said it out loud when I was checking. Let's see. Redesign the current stream layout to the current game style. That could definitely work. That could definitely work. My capability of doing that's probably pretty low, but I'll see what I can do. And if nothing else, I could always commission it. I've never actually tried commissioning backgrounds like that before, though. I don't even know what the current going rate is for something like that. Wouldn't expect it to be too much, though. But yeah, at that point, if I was to do that, I could just get everything stylized in that same way. I'd probably want the same person doing literally all of it. Just so it's uniform across everything. I could easily do something really minimalistic myself, though, but it's, the quality of it would be questionable. I'll go throw that down. And down it goes. Also, let's go convert out all these ingots we've been getting. Probably not too many, but let's go convert what we have. So let's go under Soul Forge. Convert these over. Where are they? Other. Oh, only 12 more. Not that many. Actually, I don't even think we have enough to go craft anything out of that. We're going to get 3 more. Oops, what did I do? Craft 3. Boom. Get that in there, and that's that. But yeah, I don't even think that's enough to get a weapon upgraded. If we go check it real quick. Nope. We're like halfway to getting the next one. But yeah, we're halfway to getting all ultra rare weapons maxed at the moment. Still got a ways to go, though. Hello, Finn. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Please put one small squirrel in the new layout. Actually, that reminds me. Is there a squirrel pet? I don't think there is a squirrel pet. That could be the squirrel if we were to do that. I'm not going to be doing that, but maybe we'll have it as a little image we could bring up. Why is your screen resolution 1920 by 1080? Why would it not be? That's pretty much what you would always have your resolution at. Unless you were going with like a higher monitor. But I don't even believe the game has an option for a higher resolution than that. Also, oh, never mind. You're asking what my screen resolution is. My bad. I completely read that incorrectly. The current screen resolution I'm using right now, my computer is that high, 1920 by 1080. The actual thing I'm streaming off of right now, I have the game set to 720 and the stream set to 720. Main reason for this is just because my connection isn't the greatest, and if I tried streaming at 1080p, it just wouldn't work out. I record at 1080p 60, but I stream at 720 30. Okay, let's throw Furnace down. And also the game, while I'm streaming and when I'm recording these days, I generally keep at 720. I used to have it at 1080p when I used to record, but I just do it at 720 now because there's almost no difference, and it's just a lot easier to see if the stream has started, and if I'm bringing up other things, it's just easier to do so that way as well. So yeah. Because I wouldn't need to go and set them up in any kind of way or hotkey them or anything. You would just automatically be able to click for them, which makes it a lot easier to see what's going on. Yeah, the stream scaled down to 720. And the main reason for that is just so it doesn't lag as much. And it still lags even at 720. So they definitely can't go any higher than that, that's for sure. Alright, we'll throw that down. Get a nice Furnace in there. Get an Ubistet. Eventually I will be getting a better connection. Especially if I ever move. I'm probably going to be getting a way better connection than what I have now. But at the moment we just have to deal with what we have. Yeah, 720 is basically the lowest you could ever set anything to. With how definitions go these days, that's basically the lowest definition that is generally considered acceptable. Because anything lower than that starts getting pretty blurry on most, especially really large screens. For mobile, it probably wouldn't matter. But for anything other than mobile, it's anything below 720 is horrible. I'll remove that. Take a hit there. Also, if I ever do get a new computer set up, I probably am going to get a 2K screen. I'll just throw Ubistet down. So throw in Furnace. And it's pretty much match. And dead. You want to know how big your resolution layout design for you is as a layout? Oh, it would definitely be 1920 by 1080 then. If it was something like that. Or that similar ratio. I believe that's 16:9 ratio, isn't it? 16:9. Anything in 16:9 is always ends up working. And you just upscale it as much as is needed. But yeah, almost everything should be done in 16:9. Okay, we'll throw that down. Like, if I was to commission some kind of background for the thingy, it'd probably be double that resolution for the most part, somewhere around there. And then you could just downscale it to 1920 by 1080. As long as it's still in the same boost, as long as it's the same in the, I almost just said boost ratio. As long as it's still in the same ratio, it'll end up working. Because if it's a different ratio, it'll of course not work because it'll either get cut off some or it'll stretch. And what else do we need? Let's take a red. Go from there. Is 64 defense on Defense Pure good enough for black chin hunting? Oh, you're playing RuneScape. I actually haven't played RuneScape for a while now, but yes. I would say you probably go to... Well, actually, you don't need to go for 65 for anything because you don't get any better armors at that point. But, yeah, I think 64 could be okay. You still get hit out quite a bit by Pures. But, biggest thing that actually helps out a lot is if you actually get 1,250 skill total. I know that takes a while normally on old school RuneScape, but it would help you out the most for not dying. But, yeah, you're going to get attacked quite a bit still at that defense level, but just don't bring too much risk. As long as you're just in like some of the lower dragon gear or even just rune, it should be okay. But yeah, you will still get attacked a decent amount, but how much money you're making, I don't know how much chins are at the moment. I know they were like above 3,000 earlier. So they're probably still worth a decent amount. But I haven't played old school RuneScape for about 2 months now. I don't know if I'll be getting back into that game or not. I kind of do, kind of don't. I don't know. I think I might just forever just stop playing MMOs. It's just something about them. Like, I do enjoy them. It's just, I don't know. I feel like they take up way too much time, personally. So that might just be the final nail in the coffin. I don't know. Maybe I'll revisit old school RuneScape in the future, though, but we'll see. Okay, we'll go and throw a poke down. Take a yellow over. Oh, I still actually have membership right now. The membership I still had going is still going. Also, I have so much gold in my account that I could probably get like 3 years membership for free if I really wanted to. I don't know how much bonds are right now, but I have a couple 100 million gold across my accounts. How many layouts do you use for streaming? Basically only 2, though technically I have several, but several of them are like almost the exact same thing, just slightly different for different games, just so I don't have to change it every single time. Oh wow, 3.8 mil each. They definitely went up. But I believe that's because they increased the price of them, which is also another reason why I've been kind of like inclined to quit soon too. Membership for that game is like $11 a month now. That is outrageous. Of course, I'd basically be able to do it just for bonds for free, but still. Their price is just going to keep going up and up. Before you know it, bonds are going to cost like 5 million gold or something. Wouldn't even be surprised if they eventually reach 10 million because of inflation. Okay, we'll go and throw that down. Throw that for the hit. And we'll throw in for this edit. I'm probably going to let my membership expire, though, most likely. But yeah, onto the layout question that was mentioned earlier. Most of the layouts are almost the exact same. Like, my Darkest Dungeon layout is essentially the exact same that I use for my stream layout when I'm not using, like, all this detail thing all around. I probably should set up a really basic one that still looks nice, that ends up utilizing some kind of border, though. Because most of the other ones that I use are just set up like this, where all it is, let me go show it. This is this. You guys seen it before. It's just this, with the little chat thingy, like really small onto the side, head here, and that's it. And like, hopefully not in the way. I have to put it slightly further over. I can have it like a little bit closer when I actually do the... that's actually one of the nice things about that other border, because that border I have around me hides the mic if I put it closer to me like this. But if I do like one like this, I have to actually put it further away from me, which makes the audio probably still about the same. I think it's coming through about the same. I'm not actually fully certain. Haven't really tested it too much. It's only like an inch. It's not going to make that big a difference. But yeah, if I do it like this, I have to make sure that like, the mic isn't like clipping in like that. Yeah, those are like the only 2 formats I really use for the most part. And most of the other ones are just a different variant of what we're using right now. As far as all my other stream formats, just set up for different games other than Gems of War. Technically, I could use the same one for all of them. It's just easier having separate ones, though. But anyways, let's put that over to the side. Burn Furnace at that. And it's dead. Oh, it didn't burn. Never mind. We'll just throw Furnace at it and go from there. Is there a site to play the original RuneScape? Yes. Old school RuneScape. Well, actually, RuneScape Classic is finally being closed. I believe that's closing down in like another month or 2. Mainly because the only people that really play it are bots. But I assume when you say original RuneScape, you mean old school RuneScape. But yeah, that's what I was playing for the longest time. That I recently actually stopped playing about 2 months ago. Played it for about 1.5 years, and then it kind of stopped. But yeah, old school RuneScape's quite a bit of fun. It's the closest thing to what RuneScape was when it was back in its prime. It's nowhere near as popular as what it used to be, but it's still pretty good. It's still being developed as well, constantly getting updates and such. But yeah, if you just Google it, it'll bring it up. Or if you go to runescape.com and then you click on the old school side, you can just download it. And it still has a free-to-play version, of course, too. And they added more free-to-play content too. Not a huge amount, but yeah. Okay, we'll go and why do we need to move around? Let's take purple over. Grab that, get all that going. Let's throw this at anything. Get a nice Infernus down. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, have they still not released mobile version? They've been working. They said they were going to release mobile in winter of 2017. It's almost been an entire year now, and they still haven't. It's pretty insane. I forgot that they still haven't yet. Okay. Well, let's go and take green over. Take skull for Infernus. Go from there. What else do we need to move around? We'll take the green. Get a poke down. So you'll just throw a random firebomb. We'll go take our yellow that we need. Get our purple over. I really need Ubi Step for the double kill. So it's not going to matter too much. Take red. And never mind, we don't have enough damage now, fail. Because he killed himself out. Now we do. But if anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. We'll be around for about another 20 minutes or so. And just be farming up Bard class for the last little bit while we are doing so. But if you guys still have anything, just let me know. And don't forget, the event objective is still the treasure hunt thing. I know most people don't really like doing them, but it's still a lot of gem keys. It gives like 8 gem keys, something amount of gems. Still pretty nice to go for this week. See, how many is it at? Oops, I was just on this right screen. It's a total of 90 gems, 8 gem keys, and 8 glory keys. The L wins are useless. But, yeah, not too bad. Actually, you know what? Let's go do one of the objectives. What do we even have still to do? I missed the scale one I need to go do just to get out of the way. Use, win any battle using 4 unique troops of the same type. It should be easy enough. What hero class are we currently using? Oh, never mind. There's not a good 4 times Wild Folk team. I guess we could switch to something else, but, let's see. Let's go switch to... What still would use hero? That would be... No, we can't, because then it would be Wild Folk. Never mind, I can't do that. I'd have to go use 4 times Divine if I was to go do that. That or 4 times Dragon. But I'm not using the proper thing for either. You know what? We're just going to use Mercy for like 10 battles and just do it that way. Oops, I don't need that banner. If we're doing that, we need double yellow banner. Instead, wherever that is. Feels weird using it this way. I haven't used Mercy in this team for a while. It's still really good, obviously, if you don't have Protector. The biggest issue is you don't gain hero EXP if you do this. Okay, Mercy. Get that down. Go to get Infernus. Throw Ubistek. Go from there. Get that down. Double kill. Go and grab all that mess. Go take all that yellow. Take purple. Throw Infernus down. And just take it right over. See if we can get a Mercy going. Move that over, get a free turn. Yeah. Oh wait, I can't Mercy. Fail, she dies. I was gonna go use her. Mercy, come back! Come back! Oh, it doesn't matter too much. We'll throw Infernus down. He doesn't kill us. Stop doing so much damage, no! Infernus, stop it! Stop being the most overpowered troop in the game. You're only allowed to be the most overpowered troop in the game if you're on our team. Okay, let's go into this battle. Well, that's not going too well. Starting on the objectives, already failing. Get a Mercy down. Come on, Mercy. Come on. Yeah, probably just be easier doing this in Explorer. You know what? We're just going to do this in Explorer. Just move this back to normal and just do 4 Dragon and Explorer or something. It'll be so much more convenient and quicker. So we'll just go do that. Also, we have to do 4 of them as Mrs. Scales. Maybe we'll go just switch it to Mrs. Scales and do it that way. Oh wait, but it has to be pure. Never mind. All 4 of them has to be it. But yeah, let me go switch this back to using hero. So we have to gain EXP. So let's go switch this. Go back to correct banner, or at least the correct banner for the other one. We'll move that in there, and we switch this back to Divine Protector. And put that back in there. Okay, so that's fixed. Let's just do one battle with it real quick, just so it saves it properly. And then we'll go do the dragon battles to go get our 10 gems, or whatever it was. I forget what the reward even was, but we'll do it nonetheless. What's a good troop for Forest Guardian? Any teams that go with it? Oh, yes. There's one of the best teams in the game that runs for it as far as defend teams. You don't use it to invade much, though. But Forest Troll, Nyx, Dawnbringer, or Kraken in 3rd slot. Followed by a Queen Mab. It is very, very strong. Still one of the best defend teams in the game, among one of them. Not as popular these days because everyone's just running Divines. But still, as far as Forest Troll is concerned, it's the strongest team that uses Forest Troll in the entire game. You can also use it just for just any team that really needs a lot of green. It's also the tankiest of any of the trolls. It has 3 regeneration per turn. It has 33% skull reduction, and it entangles on every skull, making it relatively tanky. It's actually, depending on how you use it, it's amongst one of the tankiest troops in the game, since it also technically has spell mitigation in a way, since you can use it to, okay, it is 10 gems, but you can use it to keep getting regeneration, so you're, even against cast damage, you're still getting quite a bit of your durability back. Yes, code has been used up, I believe. We end up giving out 2 codes, and both of them have been completely depleted at this point. We'll have more at a later stream, but for now, we don't have any more to give out, unfortunately. But let's go and run through this real quick. Divinity Field first challenge. Let's just go set up something up for... let's do it over suggested team, I guess. Not like it's suggested, but... Actually, we still had this set up from the person who got those 2 really lucky mythics. Newer player with Alchemist, Moneylender, with Infernus Wordbreaker, which is insanely powerful. But let's go clear that out. Go into 4 times Dragon. I guess we'll just type in Dragon and pick up whatever 4 we see. Let's see, we need, sure, we'll put Divinity in here, why not? I need Dragon Soul, where are you? The one dragon I really need, where are you? Dragon Soul, Shadow Dragon, and any other one in the entire game. Ideally one with Link. Where do you go? Shadow Dragon. And I don't think any of them have the proper link I need. Oh yeah, you do. Never mind. There we go. Okay. So we'll just roll with that. Should be fine. We don't really need them for the cast, obviously. We mainly just need them to get Dragon Soul to even more mana. Also, are they all from Dragon Claw? No, the Shadow Dragon isn't, unfortunately. But I need is +1 purple. I'll go switch that, switch that. What does that give us for bonuses? Not much. Oh, we do get magic for 4 dragons, though, if nothing else, which is nice. If we were to get that max, we'd actually get another magic on top of that, too, which would be pretty cool. It's still a while from max. I think we have it halfway there. Yeah, I know. She ended up putting that little meme face on it. Not mean, the meme face. I can't pronounce words. But that's nothing new. Hey, we got an extra turn right there. Let's go through Dragon Soul like that. And, wow, that's enough to one-shot? Apparently. Okay, well, that's pretty convenient. And we'll actually make this very quick then. All we have to do is get Dragon Soul up every single time and boom, one-shot. I didn't realize their durability was even that low. Apparently it is. I could have sworn it was slightly higher, I guess because of bonuses and such occasionally, but yeah, this is definitely the easier way of doing it. We can get 10 gems in like 3 minutes. Okay, we'll go move that. Throw Dragon Soul down. And dead already again. Into it again. You're missing Kraken. Ooh. If you're missing Kraken or Dawnbringer, I don't know if there's actually a replacement for either of those 2 in that slot. Normally Kraken is the replacement, because most people don't have Dawnbringer, of course. Yeah, I think we only need, how many more? We need 5 more. And then we get 10 free gems. And then we'll switch this team into the 4 Miststalker one. I'm not going to bother doing it with this because it would just be too slow using 4 Miststalkers. Especially since they have to be unique. Or not Miststalkers, I mean Mist Scales. Miss Stalker is one of the Mr. Scales troops. The reward is so ridiculously bad for it. Maybe I'll just leave it there. I left it there the other day, though, and I forgot about it, and now we left 2 of them there, so I wasn't able to repick it. But I guess we'll just leave the 1 there. We don't need to do the Mr. Scales one. For 2 maps, it's just so useless. It would only take like 3 minutes or less, but I don't know. I guess we'll do it. Why not? It's going to take such a small duration of time that we might as well. And also give us the capability to repick for tomorrow. So we might as well do it now. Well, if you don't have all the components for it, oh, why did I not take that? But you could put any of the bigger green or blue related troops there would still be fine. If you're going to be putting into Forest Pro Nix. Because the main thing you need to do is just have something to absorb all that mana. Of course, Queen Mab allows you to absorb all the blue pretty nicely. You just need something kind of just to absorb the green then. Win a battle using 4 Mr. Stalkers? That would be a pretty fun battle. Though, it doesn't gain much of a benefit because Miss Stalker only gains something when it gets a kill. So multiple of them, only one of them would be ever utilizing that aspect. Because all of them can't get the kill, only one of them can. Stream died? Stream is back. There we go. Sorry about that. Stream died for like half a second. Or a few seconds. It likes doing that occasionally, apparently. It's a sign. Oh, you'll throw a Dragon Soul down. And there should be 2 more battles left, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we might actually be able to reach 14,000 gems before the new Mythic comes in, which would be pretty cool. That's going to be a decent amount. We're definitely going to be getting it, that's for sure. If we don't somehow get it with how many keys we have and that many gems, there's something wrong. We'd have to go insanely dry on it for that to happen. I am planning on getting a new PC. That is going to be happening. It's just there's some things that might be happening next year that is making me hesitant to really go and bother doing that yet. Because there's a good chance I'll be moving next year. Somewhere else. Not sure where yet. But, and money for that is really the main priority at the moment. As far as financing is concerned for various things. But yes, new computer is definitely something I need to do, 100%. I'm still using my college laptop from 6 years ago? I think it's been 6 years at this point, right? 5, 6, somewhere around there. About 5 in some amount of months. Anyways, let's go do the Mist Stalkers real quick. And at this point, I guess we'll go do dungeons as well. Might as well. We're already at it. Let's just go through any 3 Mist Stalkers in here. Preferably the ones that actually have links. So let's go under Mist Stalker. Put in a Marilith. And I forget if any other of the ones have link. Oh, you know what we can actually do? We could use Tapon. Where's Typon? How do you even spell his name? Pawn? N? Empower? There he is. Typon. Oh, I was right, but it's weird. There we go. Anyways, all we have to do is just convert immediately into him, and then we win, basically. Am I going to assemble a computer or buy a pre-built one? I'm probably just leaning towards pre-built ones at this point. I'm not fully certain. It really depends once I actually start looking around. It's not a tampon, though it does kind of sound like that, doesn't it? I don't know why they named it so similarly to it. But then again, they literally added Suna, which is another word spelled backwards. Let's see. I think what's even funnier is they didn't realize that. Because they've done a couple other jokes like that in the past too. Some intentionally, some unintentionally. And that was one of them unintentional. Alright, we'll just throw a Marilith at this point. And dead. Okay, we just need to get 2 more in there. And then we'll just go do dungeons and that'll pretty much be it. If anyone still has any last-minute questions, feel free to leave them in chat. Otherwise, we'll be back later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is in 7 hours from now. And then we'll just be doing raids. Okay, we'll throw Dragon Soul down. Kill that up. They have the Anu Scepter. Yeah, they do have Anu Scepter. If you take out the apostrophe, it literally just says it. If I don't get it with 14k gems, there's definitely a problem. Though I believe Amnesia cost us a little over 10,000 gems. We didn't have any gem keys, or barely any at the time, but it did cost us over 10,000 gems when we first got Amnesia. I believe she cost us the most out of any mythic we've ever obtained in this game. If you were to actually buy that many gems, which I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't bother doing, it would have costed us, obviously we did it for free because we accumulated all of them from guild and everything, but if we actually were to pay, it would have costed somewhere around, like $600. That's how expensive it would have been. Of course, for the most part, you don't really mass buy gems unless you have more money than you ever know what to do with, because it's just not that worth it. Once you reach the late game, you pretty much get most of the gems you would ever need. The only things you would ever really buy into is just occasional things to kind of speed things up getting to that point. Because early on in the game is where you really lack the resources. Once you finally get to level 10 All Kingdom, and you get to like a 500,000 gold requirement guild per week or higher, you're pretty much set to go. After like a few months in that guild, especially after like 6 months to a year, your account's gonna have basically everything it's gonna need for free without ever spending a cent. Anyways, let's go do dungeons real quick, and then I guess that'll be it. At least for now. Let's go switch over to, I guess we'll just do Explore. Might as well. Throw the Dawnbringer in there. Your question is, why has, I don't know. Why has he? Throw a firebomb down. Get a Sunbird. And why would you say that? Okay, we'll get a Sunbird in there. And dead. Yo, no problem, Richard. Yeah, have a good weekend, everyone. As far as new content coming to the game, of course, next Monday we have the a Bright Forest event. So it's going to be a good week to throw event keys. If you ever needed a Fairy Fire option, basically every Fairy Fire in the game almost is within Bright Forest. Fairy Fire makes it so you do 50% more damage to the enemies when you do cast damage against them, which is insanely powerful. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, other things that were coming next week. Wednesday, we're getting the Yellow Griffin, which is for Yellow Guild War Day. Ends up giving some bonus for that. Thursday, we're getting Archer. Not the greatest of hero class, though it's a pretty well-rounded one. Didn't gain too big of a benefit from its perks, but still, it's the traits that it has is pretty decent. So there's a few teams that you use it for. Not much, though. Other than that, Friday, of course, we're getting new Mythic. And all of next weekend, from Friday to Monday reset, we're getting the Treasure Vault, or Treasure Gnome event, in which case gnomes will be more common, and you'll have a higher chance of getting vault keys from the gnomes that you do find. So a great time to be playing the game next weekend, since you get a lot of free resources for doing what you would already be doing. Alright, we'll take the blue, throw a Ran at it, and that'll be that. I believe that was the final battle. I know, I always say, I almost say that every single time. I always want to say like Blight Forest or Blighted Lands or something. But yeah, Blight Forest I keep wanting to say instead of Bright Forest. I'm surprised I don't make that mistake more often, but I definitely do on occasion make that mistake. I already knew a while ago that that would happen. No, I didn't actually spend that much money though, of course. But that is about how much it is. If you go to the shop, like you sometimes forget how much expensive like some of these things are. But if it costs us like about 12,000 gems to do it, to get an Amnesia, and we go and look at like, or did I say 10,000? I don't even know how many it was at this point. If you go check the video, I think it took like 300 VIP keys, which, let's see. Yeah, that would have been 12,000 then. But, what am I looking for? I'm looking for gems. But yeah, it costs, $100 to get that many. and it's about 2,000 each time. Of course, it depends on what your VIP is. Of course, right now it'd be about 200 each, or 2,000 each. So yeah, that'd be $600 to get about 12,000 gems, which is obviously quite a lot of money. And yeah, that's actually how much that gem stack would technically cost if we were to spend money on it. It'd cost us anywhere from $600 to $700. Though obviously, realistically, very few people would bother doing that unless you had a lot of money to spare. But yeah, normally you just accumulate plenty through the game itself. Guild ends up giving several hundred per week. You get a bunch through various objectives, and tributes end up giving quite a few too. I get almost 100 gems a day just from tributes for the most part, assuming I'm playing a decent amount. Because you just click on it and you get like 8 gems for free like every hour or so, which is pretty nice. Of course, earlier on in the game, it's very, very little how much you get from tributes. As you get later into the game, it actually starts getting decently high. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for now. I know I haven't spent too much on this game. I spent a total of about $200 so far over the course of 3.5 years. It's definitely set up in a way that you can easily play free-to-play and never really need to spend any money. It's just some people, of course, do like spending money. The only thing I would say that is particularly worth it is Death Knight armor. Everything else is just kind of on your own discretion if you think it's worth it or not. The only reason why I say Death Knight armor is just because it gives a 100% bonus to everything, which is quite convenient. It also saves you from having to spend 1,000 gems, since technically you don't need to ever buy Dragon armor or Celestial armor, assuming you get it prior to getting either of those two. So it ends up saving a lot overall. But other than that, almost every other purchase is not worth it. You like spending money. I like spending money too. No, actually I don't. I am like ridiculously frugal when it comes to a lot of things. Some things I'm not as much, but for the most part, generally, I am frugal when it comes to almost everything. Anything I could try saving money on, I will generally do so. But anyways, guys, I'll be heading out for now. Hope you all really enjoy your weekends. I'll see you all later tonight, 7 hours from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, tomorrow night we'll be going over all the new event stuff, and then we have new events. So I guess I'll see you all later. Enjoy the weekends. Have a good time, and goodbye, everyone.